Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wednesday Night Modern here at MTGCardMarket. I'm Matthew Cartier, joined in the booth by Dan Dwan. Hoping to see a good 4 rounds of Modern tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually got players sitting down in the booth on the player already, so we can throw down immediately. We've got Jim Bailey on the left here and Sam Schultz on the right.
Do you know what either of them are playing? Sam normally plays Bant Spirits, and Jim usually plays something that has a prison aspect to it, either Blood Moon or 8 Rack or something like that.
Yeah, I've also seen Jim on Ponza before.
Okay.
Sam actually pulled me aside and said that this is his first time playing this deck. So it should be exciting. He's playing Beck and Call.
Oh, the expertise build?
I believe so.
Okay.
We'll find out pretty soon here.
Okay. Yeah, so Beck and Call, from what I understand, uses fuse cards to cast this card. Oh, it uses the new series of
yeah, it uses the new cycle of expertises, and
it plays this.
Yeah, it allows you to cast. So the expertise have like a CMC requirement on the free spell you cast. However, with these fuse cards, as long as either side is below it, you can cast it for the full fused cost. So,
which is kind of insane. If you think about the effect of this is you know, if you cast this using the red expertise, Carry Zev's expertise, this is a 3 mana like active treason their creature, but also draw 4 cards and make 4 flying 1/1s.
correct.
Which is pretty good, I've been told.
For 3 minutes.
It's a pretty reasonable rate,
Yeah.
some people have said. But who knows? I'm not that good at Magic, so I could be wrong. I think the biggest thing with Sam is just the consistency. Ooh, there's like Cryptic Command, there's AV in this deck. So this looks like a sort of controlling shell that is going to maybe finish its opponent off with the fuse cards. Interestingly, you can also cast Ancestral Visions off the expertise,
Right.
which is another synergy.
You can cast any of the suspend cards, which was actually, some of the expertises had some hype in when they first got spoiled, and that like you could finally like hard cast a Living End.
Right, yeah, if you play, I think Carry Zev's expertise has seen like some fringe pickup in that deck just like sometimes. I don't know. I'm not sure how good it actually is because like you can't cast any other spell in your deck other than Living End, but it does get you out of the tough spot where you have too many Living Ends in your hand because that is sort of how that deck loses a lot.
Right, I mean, you have 3 Living End in the deck. I mean, if you're unlucky, you'll draw 1. If you're really unlucky, you draw 2. And sometimes you draw all 3 and just lose the game.
This is true. I mean, you can just like regular suspend it though. It only costs 4 mana.
Yes, but then it's pretty easy to play around, and casting it is not optional.
This is true. Suspend tricky like that. We'll pull up Living End here, but all the suspend cards, when that last counter comes off, this card does the thing.
Right.
Like, you don't get to...
So if your opponent has a Notion Thief in play, and your Ancestral's coming off of suspend...
You like the card Notion Thief way too much, Dan.
Look, all I want is for people to be sad when I'm playing them. Notion Thief is a great way to make people sad.
This is true. You could also just play, like, turn 1 Blood Moon decks or turn 2 Blood Moon decks.
Yeah, but there's no fun in that.
I mean, if your primary goal is to make people sad, then you just get them.
Oh, and them sad and myself giddy. And that only fulfills one of the requirements.
I feel that. Okay, so Sam is going to start off. Looks like he's on the play. Ancestral Vision with 4 counters on it. Over to Jim, I do see a Simian Spirit Guide in his hand. And... that's a Stomping Ground, so this might be a Ponza thing.
Okay, so...
Stomping Ground, and this will be Faithless Looting.
Okay.
So, I don't know what's happening exactly, but we'll find out shortly. Is this a Bushwhacker I just saw?
I mean, so the...
Whoa, oh,
Oh,
okay.
so this is not...
This is
an
a
old school Dredge.
Vengevine Dredge.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll put him on Dredgevine. So he's got the Simian Spirit Guide for just the Lotus Petal to, you know, maybe play an additional, like if he had like a turn 1, what do you call it, Cathartic Reunion or something.
Sure.
Sam will play a tapped Breeding Pool and swing the turn back. Not sure what sort of interaction Sam really has with a Dredgevine deck.
I believe the answer is none.
You can Cryptic and tap their team down.
It's true. But this isn't like, this isn't a rally deck or something. Those creatures just stick around.
This is also true. So yeah, gonna get another Faithless Looting here from Jim, who is at 18 from that Shockland.
Yeah.
He's sorting his graveyard out, making sure that he remembers that the Vengevine is on top. We'll pull that card up. It's been a while since it really was sort of a big deal. Back in, I guess this was good in Standard. I actually don't remember.
No, I've actually seen Jim play this in Modern back in before Dredge picked up its newer pieces.
Sure.
This is what the original Dredge deck kind of looked like,
Okay.
Vengevine was one of your bigger payoff cards.
Right.
You have the Blood Gas and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that puts Jim on not playing Prized Amalgams then? I feel like that card is so good that you can't not play it.
The old version of this list did not run Prized Amalgam.
Okay.
It's a very good card, but you have Vengevines in this.
Right.
So you're cutting some slots for something. So there's some part of that combo you're not including in this list.
Yeah. And so I think Sam will fetch with a Flooded Strand for a basic Plains, and I think I also saw a Detention Sphere in his hand. Which again, sort of he's in some sort of bank control shell, so he'll probably be playing the white Expertise and maybe one of the blue.
Right.
Baral's and
Baral's Expertise is pretty good. And SRAM just, kind of gives you a couple dudes.
Yeah, so we'll pull up Baral's Expertise here.
Now Baral sees a little bit of play in Standard right now.
Okay.
Just as a way to, balance your opponent's Ballistas and stuff and, play Chandra onto an empty board.
Sure.
Which is, quite good.
Mm-hmm. Although, and Sam also casting his Serum Visions there.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of decks in Standard right now that are good are playing Baral's Expertise.
So it sees some play in the 4-color Saheeli deck.
I forgot that deck can play it. So that is one of the good decks in Standard right now. So I guess that is correct.
And you have a wealth of 4-drops that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So end of turn there looks like Jim sacrifice a Neonate, discard the card, drew a card. He'll play a Forest, play another Neonate here. We do see a Mana Leak pretty stand out there in Sam's hand. So we'll see if he wants to fire that off.
So the problem with Jim's line of play here is, well, not that he's misplaying or anything, but he's discarding things that aren't good in the graveyard, right? He's not discarding Blood Gas or Vengevines or not. He's discarding real cards, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, so it looks like he's put a Reckless Bushwhacker into play to go with the Neonate, and I believe his copy is. So he's showing Sam in English.
Jim is a very old school player.
Yeah.
And, he's one of the few people I know with a 4-digit DCI.
This is true. His DCI is 4 digits long. So it looks like here they're just discussing. So he casts the Bushwhacker as a second creature spell. Sam leaks the Bushwhacker. Jim still gets the Vengevine because it's a cast trigger.
Correct. But the Reckless Bushwhacker is an ETB.
Yes.
So
the Neonate won't have haste, but the Vengevine still does, and it looks like it's going to crack for 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an attack for 4. Sam going down to 15. Notably for Sam, he does have a Detention Sphere in hand, I believe. Yeah, that's a Detention Sphere, which turns out to be pretty good against Vengevine.
Right. And Jim has seen almost. A quarter of his deck, if not, approaching a third. And unfortunately, Vengevine's the only actions card that he's seen so far.
Yeah, double Faithless and a Neonate. He's looked at 5-6 extra cards. So that's quite a bit. Sam here thinking about what to do. If I'm Sam, I think I probably just play a tapped Hallowed Fountain here. And then I de-sphere the Vengevine. That's fine too. I guess now he has Cryptic up for something. I'm just a little less excited about Cryptic when I know my opponent is recurring things.
Yeah. If Sam taps out, there are a lot of very explosive draws with, the Dredgevine list.
That's true.
Especially like Jim has shown you Bushwhacker, which is not a typical inclusion in this. So this is not like a straight dredge list anymore.
Right. So it looks like Jim will fetch again here, fetching out another basic force, and I think I might have seen a hidden Herbalists in his hand.
Yeah. One thing with that is, we might have the list a little bit wrong. This might not be a dredge deck.
I feel like this is something closer to a Bushwhacker deck than anything.
Right.
So Herbalists on the stack. This card is from the latest set, Aether Revolt, and it basically functions like the better-known Burning Tree Emissary.
Yeah. The mana is a little bit more awkward because it gives you double green.
Right. You can't cast a Bushwhacker off of this.
Right. So if I'm saying this is interesting in a couple of aspects, right? This is pre-combat, so if Jim's just playing a value herbalist, he can just do this post-combat. So the fact that he's doing it pre-combat suggests that he has a follow-up to this,
right?
Which means that I would rather
Cryptic is better.
Cryptic that, and then tap the team.
Yeah.
Because we don't care about this 2/2, right? Like, it's just a bear.
Right. The biggest thing is like if Jim uses the mana from the Herbalist to play
to play like a Vengevine or something.
Right. Yeah, because the other problem that could get Sam punished here if he Cryptics is Jim still has the ability to pay for the surge cost of so
he's gonna
hard cast a Spirit Guide.
Yeah.
And Cryptic, counter, and draw for Sam. So Sam's gonna draw, so he will get whacked for 5.
Okay.
He does have a Blessed Alliance in his hand, which can make up some of that damage.
Yeah.
But he does go to 10 here.
Yeah, Sen does have a Blessed Alliance. This AV is gonna come off of suspend here, so we're gonna restock a little bit.
And see, this is when AV's at its best. You see Sam draws another Cryptic, a Colonnade, and a Serum Visions, and that on top there is the SRAMs. So that's the expertise. You can make some 1/1s with that, but if you fuse in an Ancestral Vision off of that, for example, you are going to be way too high on cards.
Yeah, I think Sam is...
I sort of like SRAMs into D-Sphere your Vengevine.
Yeah, I think I like that line as well. Like,
I think he has an untapped Hallowed Fountain he can play to go to 8 here. Yeah, just like slam Hallowed Fountain or just cast D-Sphere regularly. Okay, yeah, this is... I sort of like the SRAMs because, like, isn't this the point of these spells? I guess if you want to play Colonnade tapped here, it's okay.
Yeah, Sam might not have a 5th untapped source.
No, he has a Hallowed Fountain.
Oh, does he have a Hallowed Fountain?
Yeah,
in that case, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So over to Jim. Jim will play another Vengevine, and see, this is like if you had 3 1/1 blockers here, you'd be in a great spot. Yeah. But instead, you're getting punched down to 3, and now a bolt just ends the game.
Yeah, and this is super awkward too because you have a D-Sphere in play.
Right.
One turn too early.
Yeah, absolutely. So here, if you want to be like maximum efficient on mana, you can go SRAMs into Path your Vengevine.
Sure.
Which again I like that too. It also lets you play a tapped Hallowed Fountain and cast Serum Visions or Suspend Ancestral. So again, getting the most out of your mana. The biggest thing though is I think you have to cast SRAMs, and I prefer the Path to drawing cards.
Yeah, at this point, like the SRAMs has expertise. Just having just bodies on board, like the Neonate trades with one of these.
No, the Neonate has Menace actually.
Oh, sure. So,
but the Neonate can pull 2 as a
a
threat. But yeah, the Neonate will indeed. The Neonate will just die to one of them. It won't kill both in combat. The biggest thing though is that like Sam, I think has like he's very very close to turning the game around. The problem is because he's now at 3, he might be like just barely not there.
Yeah, Sam might have been a little bit too loose with his life total. And now we're in range to die.
Is he just gonna pass here? I guess you have the Cryptic.
Yeah, so he's gonna go for a Cryptic tap draw probably.
Sure, but if he does go for that, Jim can force him, Cryptic tap draw.
So one option that Sam does have is he can Cryptic and bounce the D-Sphere.
Yeah, but now he's pathed the Vengevine, so.
All right.
Ooh, okay. So actually I don't hate this play either because this is going to lead to some pretty
Yeah, so Sam
Yeah.
escalated this presumably to game life.
I'm gonna guess he's gonna go up to 7 and then back down, and then
Back
also
down to
presumably
6.
make his and then back down to 6 here. So that's pretty good for him. 2 mana will what on earth?
Gather the pack? No, what?
Okay, it's one of the cards that lets you top 5 and then play.
I think it
something.
is a gather the pack.
Okay.
Or it's a card that typically gets played in elves.
It's either that or it's I think this is the art.
gather the pack.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is going to be a 2-for-1 because there are 2 or more instant or sorceries in Jim's graveyard, and he's just going to reload the board with a Hooting Mandrills.
Yeah, he found a Hooting Mandrills and a Bushwhacker. See, if we were actually, if Sam was going to take this line, this would be much better pre-combat.
The path and then the Blessed Alliance?
No, playing the Gather the Pack pre-combat.
Sure.
Because, I mean, we can play the Hooting Mandrills and Surge the Bushwhacker.
Right,
And
then,
now we've got super lethal.
Yeah, so Sam will pass it back now, and asks to read Bushwhacker here because I think that's the last card in Jim's hand. So, I don't know. Let's see what Sam does. Sam have he has another Cryptic here. Okay, so he's not dead. He's just in trouble.
Yeah, I think Sam has had a couple.
Oh wait, I think this is his. We're still on Sam's turn.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so now he's gonna Srams and put an AV on it. The thing is though, is that the Hooting Mandrills has Trample, and the Neonate has Menace. Oh, but Sam draws 2 paths. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good draw off that AV.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
I don't think you're gonna. I think that now you're just cool, path your Mandrills, hold up a path.
Yeah,
probably
I believe this
win.
is what they call turning the corner.
Yeah, I think he's debating whether he wants to suspend another AV or not. And I guess he doesn't have double white up for the double path, so I like this play. This is fine.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have double white, we might as well.
Yeah,
There is also an argument for keeping the AV in hand in case you draw another expertise. But it looks like Sam is not on, 4-color
he's not playing Carry Zev's expertise, for example.
Right. It looks like he's only on Srams and maybe Burals.
Yeah, I would imagine he's got to be on maybe 1 or 2 Burals, even if it's a little bit clunky. So draw here for Jim. We'll see what he can do. There is the possibility that if he has Spell Bushwhacker, that Sam still dies even through a path. Or maybe not. He just has to sack the tokens, I guess.
Right. There's nothing else with Trample.
Yeah.
Okay,
Neonate.
Neonate.
Sure. Bushwhacker. The Neonates both have Menace.
Yep.
So one of them is getting through. The other one, Sam, his maximum damage he can take here is 2, but he's got to sack his board for it.
Right. So Sam's gonna path the Mandrills. I would put 2 in front of one of these and then another in front of Bushwhacker.
I think this is the best block he can make. So he'll go down to 4. Flirting perilously close with the sweet embrace of death. And he'll keep 1 token? No, he won't keep any tokens because they
get
Bushwhacker trigger.
Yeah, plus 1 plus stuff.
Okay, so now looking back at Sam's hand, I think he has a Spreading Seas on the far side, a Path, a D-Sphere, and a Cryptic. And if Jim says go here out of cards with a Neonate on board, you're pretty fine.
Yeah, I mean, Sam is incredibly far ahead here.
Yeah, that last Bushwhacker attack just not enough to get there. Draws another Spreading Seas. Maybe time to take some time off to use those. I don't think he can take Jim off a color, though.
Does Sam have double Spreading Seas in hand?
Yes.
So he can take him off of...
Neither. He can take him off of double red.
Yeah, double red's probably the best. Nothing costs double red in this deck.
Right, that's the thing. So, I don't know. These are just 2-mana draw cards.
Yeah. I mean, Stomping Ground's, obviously the easiest choice. And then probably just cycle the Serum Visions.
Yeah.
Actually, if Sam doesn't have a land to play, I'd prefer holding up Cryptic, so we have...
I like the Cryptic better.
Yeah.
Because now you go to 3 when you get hit, which is whatever, but also you're gonna time walk your opponent.
Right.
That's what's great about having a Cryptic in hand at this point in the game, is that now it's just whatever you do, I'm going to prevent it, barring some Reanimator stuff. But there are no, and also we need to change this off of Dredgevine because it's not really Dredgevine. It's red-green Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker Vine.
Yeah. No, notably, Sam, despite all the cards he's drawn, doesn't have much going on the board.
Yeah.
He's gonna eventually have to deal with this.
Yeah,
Neonate.
I mean, I believe he just pathed that Neonate that we just saw. So now another Neonate is on the board. Like, I mean, you can leave. The problem is that Sam doesn't have enough mana to leave up Colonnade while also doing things, and like that's when you win. So he's gonna say, "Wah, get this in there." Spreading Seas your mountain now.
All right.
Draw a card.
And this might
So
be.
he's drawn some tech edges. Unfortunately, those don't have targets anymore. Or no, they do. There's 2 non-basic islands over there. But we'll see here. I don't know. It's just the problem is like he doesn't actually have the ability to stop these creatures from attacking him unless he blows like a big spell like a D-Sphere or a Cryptic. Or unless he blows like a D-Sphere to do it, which I don't think he wants to.
Yeah. So one thing we haven't seen in Sam's deck so far is a win condition.
Nah, dude, he's got a Colonnade on board. That's his win condition.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's how you win the game.
I mean, we haven't even seen a Snapcaster, right?
Yeah, that's actually that. I'm interested to know what's up with that. Maybe the Snapcasters exist but are hiding. Also, I would double bottom that Scry.
I would, definitely double bottom this.
I guess you can take him off red with that last, with the last Spreading Seas.
Sure. I mean,
so that's not the worst thing. It's just like, oh, he has a Beckon Call in hand now. He is close to just casting both halves of the Beckon Call.
I think Fuse at 7.
I think it's 8.
It might be.
It's 6 on one side, 2 on the other.
Sure. Then it would be 8.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, okay. So on Jim's turn, looks like he'll flash back a Faithless Looting after drawing. Sam thinking about doing something in response. Do you Cryptic here? I'm not sure. I'm not down for this.
Yeah, a lot can go wrong here.
Oh, he's bouncing the Neonate. Okay.
And countering the spell.
Sure. That seems fine. Yeah, especially now because Jim's tapped out of red and can't replay it.
But again, like Jim is constrained on red, right?
Yeah.
But the Neonate is getting replayed.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, okay, but if you have Beck and Call, like fused hardcast available, I think you win. But I also said that when he AV'd off the SRAM, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, just the thing, yeah, like Sam hasn't really demonstrated any way of his deck closing the game out. And does Jim only have one Stomping Ground in his deck?
That's what that fetch and fail to find indicates to me.
Yeah, look, I mean, Jim just cracked the fetch, but I mean, he only has one Stomping Ground in play.
Right, yeah, I'm confused as well.
Alright, so we're gonna pass back to Sam here.
Double Tech Edge in play now. Another Spreading Seas. See, no, now he's not going to replay the Neonate because you're going to Spreading Seas his last red source.
Yes. I mean,
what is going on?
I guess that's fine.
Okay, so if, in this situation, if I'm Sam, I actually activate Colonnade and hit him. Like, he has enough mana to do it. I don't think he has reactive spells in his hand that matter. Yeah, he has 2 sorcery speed spells.
No, if you do that, you're dead to a top deck Vengevine.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so the AV comes off, and he draws a Mana Leak, another Expertise, and a card you can see. There's a Snapcaster Mage.
Alright, and he also drew a SRAM's Expertise, so I guess...
So we're going to go SRAM Beck Call?
Yes.
Yuck.
Which, you know...
It's a 4 mana discount on an 8 mana spell. 50% off. I go to CVS for those margins. Let's go. In there. Whoop!
Yeah, so...
And Jim is like, yo, I'm not trying to let you resolve this.
Is Jim like, yeah, we're done.
I quit. Make sure you don't get the veg.
So importantly...
No! Oh, there it is. Okay.
So importantly, because of the order it resolves it, you only draw 4 instead of 7.
Right. That would be kind of
You do
crazy.
not get to draw 7.
Yeah, so let's... So, see, the thing is Sam is playing, like, Beck and Call, but he's playing Beck and Call, like, hard control. Is that a fair assessment to make?
But is it though? Because we didn't really see much. I mean, we saw a couple of cryptic commands, and
We saw cryptics, we saw snapcasters, we saw colonies. We didn't see like a heavier green splash. Like I really think that like
what we really didn't see very much is removal.
yeah, we saw some paths and some D spheres.
Yeah.
I would okay. As bad as it is to have a bunch of wraths in your token deck, I don't hate it. I don't think you can get away with just playing 4 paths. We saw plus lines. This is absolutely like a hard control deck. It's just
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about like the closing speed of this deck, right?
yeah.
There were several points of the game where like Jim could have very easily like drawn out of that position, and I mean Sam was very far ahead and still could have,
Still could have lost to a top deck.
right.
Yeah. All right, so players are going to sideboard for round 2. This should be an interesting. See, the thing is I'm actually like I'm interested in like this deck on principle. I think that like there's that being able like if you on turn 4 like make 7 tokens and cast Beckon Call Fused, and like if you make 7 tokens and draw 4 cards on turn 4, then like that's pretty good. I just like the shell is interesting. I guess I'm sort of predisposed towards blue X control though. So like, there's something, just play straight blue white. This has a green splash for the Beckon Call, but we're not seeing anything else really wacky yet. What if he has like a sideboard tech package of all these like super lit fuse cards that he can play?
I mean, you get access to a lot of things. So this with the expertise decks, like some people went off the deep end, right? Like you run like a lot of the fuse cards, and you run like 12 expertise. This obviously is not that kind of show. I mean, if Sam can have like a Crucible package, which he probably does if he's running at least I think we saw 3 tech edges in the main.
Yeah, that's a good combo. Oh, one thing definitely about Sam's list that I would like to see. Ooh, he has like Geist in the board. He's got Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace seems pretty good against the Vegevine deck. But like, I would like to see. I don't know. So, but back to win cons. His win con is Beckon Call. Lingering Souls is good enough, right?
Yes, but Lingering Souls
that draws you 4 cards. It's just turn 4 instead of turns 3 and 4.
A 2-card combo that does this, right?
I mean, yes, but also shush. All right? Like, obviously it's not literal Lingering Souls. That seems, he'd be playing a different deck if he wanted to play Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
He does, I think the SRAM's expertise, like, I don't know, if it were a little bit better in some way, I think this deck would be nuts. Because, like, the amount of mana sort of cheating you get
it's
when
absurd.
You make 3 1/1s, and then you make 4 flying 1/1s, and then you draw 4 cards for 4 mana, and it's a 2-card combo. It's kind of...
Keep in mind, you still have the Glimpse of Nature effect for the entire turn. So if you play a Snapcaster afterwards, you still draw a card from it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's Glimpse of Nature for the rest of the turn.
Also, based on Jim's mana base, there's one card that like guarantee is in his main deck.
Blood Moon. It's Blood Moon. I knew it. I don't know if Jim is playing red in a deck. Is he not playing Blood Moon?
No, especially like I mean we saw 6 basics, and only 1 Stomping Ground. So I mean like
Sam has to know. Jim definitely plays at the shop enough. Like every time I sit down against Jim, I'm like, well, I probably should fetch a basic.
Yeah.
Even though like this is very frustrating and my mana base is like slightly crippled because of it, you cannot like. You have to, like, he has Simian Spirit Guide. We saw that too, right? Like, I'm sure he's just as happy to turn 2 Blood Moon and, like, kill you with a Neonate over 20 turns.
Yeah, I'm just, like, I'm not...
And then you can't hardcast your Beckon Call.
I'm not super sold on the Neonate. Like, we're not getting enough value from the...
There's not enough synergy. I agree. I mean, I think the what would that game have been like if Neonates were Goblin Guides?
Yes, or...
Think about that. The game would have been over.
Or Card Apes, even.
Sure.
Right? Like, anything but a 1/1.
Yeah,
Well,
this
it-
deck
it
seems
made
sort
it.
of split. Like, I understand you need discard synergies for Vengevine, but, like, bruh, just play Goblin Guide instead. I think is probably better. Goblin Guide.
I mean, so it's not just Vengevine, right? There's also Faithless Looting synergy.
Faithless Looting is fine.
Right.
I think Faithless Looting is okay. Let's see. Does Jim have a turn 2 Blood Moon? I can't. He has a Bushwhacker, a Guide, some lands, some spell. I see a Neonate. Sam has what looks like a one-lander with a... Sam, you do not keep this hand. I know it has 2 Serum Visions, and I know you're on the... Well, I guess he's on the draw.
I think this is 100% a
Okay,
keep.
that's fine, I guess. I just, like... Whenever I see, like, a blue X deck, I guess the Serum Visions make it better, but Sam does mull it. Like, yeah, my...
No, I think that's an easy keep. You have 2 Serum Visions, right? So if
You do get to see 6 cards deep. That's fair.
Yeah. Is it 6? It's 5, right? Yeah, it's 5.
It's 3 per, right? Like you get to dig 6 cards because you draw. So you dig 1 card.
You draw
scry
for
2.
turn 1. You draw for turn. That's 1 card. Serum Visions 3 + 4, and then turn 2 you get another card. So you go
okay.
5 cards deeper.
Oh, sorry, 5 cards deep. Turn 1. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you can cast the second Serum Visions on your turn 2 and to get to the 6th card.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're okay. Yeah. So like, actually, you're right.
Oh yeah. So the second Serum, yeah, we'll get you 6 cards in. So you're seeing, 13 cards out of your 60-card deck. I mean, that's like pretty significant.
Yeah, you should see some more lands there. But Sam's gonna go to 6. This could punish him. Actually, now that we've done the math, I prefer keeping.
No,
that
I think that's absolutely a fine.
Okay,
keep.
we got a Beck and Call, 2 lands, Mana Leak, Serum Vision, 3 lands, Beck and Call, Mana Leak, Serum Visions. It's much worse than the first hand, and he's gonna bottom a land. But here we go. Mountain, Simian Spirit Guide. Okay, never mind. Neonate and pass, and over Sam. He'll lead on Serum Visions. One of the things with Serum Visions in a Colonnade deck is it doesn't let you play your Colonnades turn 1 because you really do want to play the Serum Visions. And that is honestly one of the reasons I don't play Serum Visions in my Colonnade decks. It's different if you're playing Jeskai Nahiri. This obviously likes the Serum Visions because of the filtering for the combo pieces for Sram's expertise and stuff. But, like, in general, if you can avoid it, I don't like those 2 cards together.
Yeah, well, also keep in mind that Sam has, also a full set of 4 AVs in his deck. So he has 8 turn 1 plays.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it just means that you're going to have a tap land at some point. So this is going to be a Gather the Pack. Probably going to get Mandrills here, I'd imagine. I think you have to.
I think that's literally the only option. But he does throw in...
3 Faithless Lootings into the yard. Seems great. Attack you for 1, both players at 19 here. And he does get to cast those Mandrills next turn, and they'll probably get Mana Leaked unless Sam wants to keep doing things. So he'll pass and hold up Leak, and I prefer this.
I might just go for... if we have a third land, I might
He
just
has a
go...
Colonnade.
No, for Jim.
Oh, for Jim,
I might just try to go for...
the Bushwhacker?
Faithless value.
Oh, like flashback looting?
Yeah, I mean, that's just,
Let's just draw 2, discard 2 without
Yeah.
losing a card, sure. Yeah, so fetch here again from Jim. He'll fall to 18. Sam has to be just like so ready for the moon right now. Yeah, Blood Moon is a good card. Incidentally, Sam does have 2 basics out though, so like it's not as good as it would be, but it's still pretty decent. So single green mana. We'll get a Mandrills here.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna delve away pretty much most of the graveyard. Jim might tap extra just so he doesn't have to lose all of the Faithless. And
it's going to get leaked.
Yeah, it looks like that is what he's going to do.
Yeah. I mean, he did have a bunch of stuff in his graveyard.
Oh, wow. Jim is going to end
Yo, punished. All right. So instead of casting the Reckless Bushwhacker, he gets to do this. So Sam draws a Ruined Halo, and I have to imagine you'd put that on Mandrills. I'm also, like, extremely suspicious of Ruined Halo post board.
Yeah.
I don't think that this deck has, like, look, if you're playing against Death Shadow Jund, I run that and say Death Shadow with it. But, like, Jim's threats are diverse, right? Like, I guess you only really care about the Mandrills and the Vengevine, but, like, yo, I think I really do think that it's a little bit loose to have the Ruined Halo.
Right, and we're not, I mean, if Jim is running Bushwhackers, he's also probably running Burning Trees. There's a lot of draws where the Ruined Halo is embarrassing in hand.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if Jim has a good, like, turn 1 or turn 2 Bushwhacker turn, like, all of a sudden, like...
Like, what does Ruined Halo do on a board of 4 creatures?
Yeah.
Like, bruh. Come on. So, does get a Hallowed Fountain there, so it does take some extra damage from his lands, but I think he probably wants to just to have double white, double blue up, that sort of thing. So I think this is a Serum Vision's Rune Halo turn. Draws a Cryptic, scries 2, Verdict Path. Wow. What an incredibly good scry.
Now, do we have a 4th land for the Verdict?
He has a Colonnade.
So, sure.
Nah, dude, we live in though. Because you just put the Rune Halo out and name Mandrills, and you only take 1 damage. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, I think Sam is incentivized to do that. Just
this is why I sort of like the Serum Visions first, because then I 100% just play Colonnade and let myself get rocked by the Mandrills. But instead, we're gonna get a Rune Halo. We'll pull it up on the side for y'all. Rune Halo. Yeah, so you can name, like, Valakut the Molten Pinnacle with this. I think that's probably actually, like, the best name with this card generally is, like, you name Valakut. Cool. Like, good job. You probably win unless you
well, I mean, Primeval Titan still is a 6/6. It will kill you
in this deck,
turns.
You probably win because you path it.
Right.
Like, I don't see Scapeshift winning through Rune Halo. Back in the day, though, when Scapeshift was a blue deck, you just bounce this and then you lose.
Yeah, it's like...
Oh, he named Vengevine.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I am very opposed to this play.
I am too, because this is highly suspicious for Jim, right? Like...
Yeah, okay, so discard, sack Neonate, draws a forest. I really... Oh... I mean, I guess if Jim has a Vengevine now, you look like... Oh, no, he's just going to get destroyed by a Bushwhacker here. Oh, wait, that's a Gather the Pack off of this? Oh, God. So if he hits, like, more...
Hits finds 2.
Oh, no, he got a Burning Tree! Sam, no! Oh, and this match record is also wrong. This should be the other way.
So I mean, I don't hate the Vengevine name with Rune Halo because that is a permanent answer to like a recurring threat.
Okay, but Sam just might be dead here.
But this is
so it's 3, 3, 3, 5.
So this is 14 here.
Yep. Well,
because it's 2, 2, 4, 2 base.
Yeah.
So that's 10 power base plus 4. So Sam will go to 1 here, and Sam
I think he has
a Path to Exile on top.
No, he kept the Verdict on top, and he had an untapped land. Oh no! Well, we know that Jim has Bolt in his deck because we just saw it, so now he just needs to draw not a Vengevine. Literally, like, unkicked Reckless Bushwhacker wins the game. Do it. Do it. Yes! Oh, the Prophet. Let's go! It has haste naturally. And Sam's like, sure. Okay, so, like, I am physically pained by name Vengevine.
Well, okay, so if Sam wasn't incredibly behind on board,
sure,
I think naming Vengevine is very defensible.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because it's a permanent answer to a threat that's very difficult to deal with. But because we're so far behind on board.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's what you're. So you're saying you also don't agree with the name.
Right. I think by tapping out and playing Rune Halo, we put ourselves in a position for something exactly like this to happen. Yeah. Right. Like your opponent has like 4 or 5 cards in hand. It's highly suspicious in a deck like this. Right. We're tapping out to name a card that's not in play.
Right. Or that's not in the graveyard.
Right.
Yeah.
No, like in the dark, yes, I would name Vengevine just because, like,
sure,
it's just the path. I'm never killing this.
In the dark, there's not a 4-power threat on board that's trying to hoot all over you.
Right. Also, if you name hooting Mandrills, you like if Jim didn't have a Bushwhacker, he'd be incentivized to commit more to the board.
Yeah.
Because he only had 1 power in play, outside of that.
Right. Yeah. So like, yeah, and Sam doesn't go to 1 there. Like he still gets Bushwhackered for 9. But that just means he goes to 6.
Yes.
And then, like, lives and wins. Sam has a Baneslayer Angel in his deck. Oh, my God.
Well, we have answered the question of how do we win the game.
Dude, I don't actually... If the card Baneslayer Angel enters the battlefield and Sam doesn't die to, like, burn off the top or is, like, at 1 life, I actually have no idea how Jim can win.
So Jim can Gore Clan through it?
Does he have Gore-Clan?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he did,
sure.
right?
But what if he doesn't have? We haven't seen Gore-Clan
Or
yet.
I mean, if there are just multiple Vengevines in play, like you could be that far behind on board.
That's true. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
saying like on like a reasonably stable board.
Oh yeah, that's
There's nothing.
that's not it.
Yeah. So Sam's gonna mulligan again. Too bad it doesn't cost like, you know. I wonder what else he can get value out of with the SRAMs, right? Like, I guess D-Sphere is a pretty good one.
Yeah, and let's keep in mind that we haven't yet seen an explosive draw from Jim, right? These Seaman Spirit Guides are in the deck for a reason.
Yeah,
if we, like,
you're trying to cast that Bushwhacker early.
or like not even early, just turn 1. Like we can like Jim can turn 1 like hit you for like 15
Yeah, sure, with 4 burning trees.
and the Bushwhacker
Yeah.
and the Spirit Guide and the land, but it is possible.
Oh, no one's doubting that.
Yeah.
At Kazfiend in the chat, we don't have deck lists from these guys. I would be, you know, after this game, because it looks like this is going to go well towards the end of the round, and Sam's mauling to 5. I would be interested in having Sam sort of lay out his cards, if he'd be willing to on the screen, just to show the people what's up with the deck. Because I am also interested in this deck. However, I'm also not interested in naming Vengevine with Runed Halo like that. So, we'll see. Runed Halo, good card, except that. Well, it was fine.
Rune Halo is a great card, except when it's not.
Yeah, and then it's just a 2-mana enchantment. So it looks like we've got a good old-fashioned 5-lander.
I mean,
Yeah,
snap
keep
keep.
it, yep.
Snap keep.
Top SRAM's expertise, get there!
This might,
Odds you do it. Oh, ooh, I actually am not 100% on that scry. Like, you're on the play.
so the problem is, like, what are we looking for?
I don't think you're looking for anything but SRAM's expertise.
I mean,
He drew a land. My point exactly.
like this is the disaster scenario, right? Like,
Lightning Bolt for Jim.
okay, so we got a
Fetch
second
land.
land, or fetching.
No shadow of doubt from Sam. But yeah. This many lands, like, if I have all the lands for it, I actually just pray that I get to the SRAMs. Like, I think that's your best way of at least slowing the game down for a turn or two.
Right, I think, like, your way to come back from this game is you SRAM into something absurd.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
this resolve.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Do we have a burning tree?
Oh my god!
Do we have a burning tree? No, we don't.
Okay, so no. Wait. If he hits a Bushwhacker. Okay, he doesn't hit a Bushwhacker.
I think he missed completely.
No, he can take the Vengevine.
Oh, there is a Vengevine. Okay.
Yeah. I think he can also take a land with Gather the Pack.
Yeah. Also, don't forget we're out of mana here.
Yeah. So, back over to Sam. So there's 8 power on board now, and Sam. I guess Sam has. The thing is, Timely doesn't even gain in life here.
It just puts 3/1/1s into play, which I guess that's if he waits a turn.
Dude, you know
he'll
what?
gain
You know
the
what
6
else
life.
puts 3/1/1s into play?
SRAM's expertise.
Up top.
You know what you can cast off of SRAM's expertise?
Timely reinforcements.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, you. I mean, I don't know if he would have. I mean, I guess he would have drawn to the Timely 1 card later, but still, like.
Yeah.
That was. I don't know. I just like this is not looking great for our intrepid blue-white hero.
No, I think we just have to jam the Timely here, because
Yeah.
if we don't do anything this turn, like we're not. Who cares about gaining 6 life when we took an extra 8?
True. Good point.
That's just that's not meaningful.
Draws a spirit guide from Jim.
I think it was a bolt.
I think it was a spirit guide. I think he has a bolt in hand and also a spirit guide.
Okay.
But
Well,
we'll see.
I mean,
I could be wrong. This is an attack for 8. The question is, do you gang block 1 and chump another one, or do you just maximum chump and hope you draw Verdict next turn? Maximum chump. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I guess this is better against a Bushwhacker. Like a future Bushwhacker. So Sam will take 4 here, go to 16.
I mean, we're kind of in the territory of draw Verdict or bust, right? Like how?
No, I don't think he's playing bust in this deck. That card is normally seen in the other Fuse decks.
All right. Well, Cryptic's not bad. Cryptic will
Bolt
time
you,
walk.
though. Get him. Go to 13. Jim smells blood in the water. Draw step. Avenge Vine.
All right.
Not as good with with only 2 lands in play. But he does get to attack for 6. Sam's like, sure, go to 7. I'm not 100% that I like that non-tap, but we'll find out.
I mean,
I guess you're not dead, but now you have to do it. Okay, well, that is probably
the
the worst beck and call I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, like now we're really
Bolt you. Sam goes to 4. It was a bolt. You were right.
Yeah, now we're really hurting on not carrying that Surham's expertise.
Can play a land.
Okay.
So here,
Landfall
you just...
triggered. Landfall online.
What does landfall do?
Nothing.
Okay.
It just, you know.
Okay, I was curious. I was worried. I was like, wait, what's... Oh, also, there is a second stomping ground. I don't know why we didn't see that before in the first game.
All right. Revolt also online?
Sure.
Oh, this is just a hard cast Vengevine.
I don't like this pre-combat at all.
Well, I mean, he's going to do it. So
No. If you do this, because if you get to resolve the Vengevine if you wait.
Yes. You already have...
is a Wrath of God? Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
wow. Maximum punished.
Oh.
If Jim just kept this in hand, he just has lethal.
Yeah.
Sam just goes verdict, and then he's just like, all right, play Vengevine.
Rest in peace, Snapcaster on top? Oh, no.
It's a disaster. It's a disaster.
Yeah, no, but Dutch253 has it right in the chat. The pre-combat Vengevine just, like, might have lost the game here.
Yeah, because, so Jim...
It has haste.
Yeah, so Jim has lethal... Well, so you're going to tap during attack,
Yeah.
right? So, like, the Vengevine's not going... It shouldn't have been played last turn, right?
I agree.
The only thing that, like...
Oh, do it. Is it another Vengevine? Oh, it's not. Okay. We'll have an untap here from Sam, so now he might have turned the corner. And yes, it was just actual Wrath of God that he played.
Yes. It kills Thrun.
Does kill Thrun. Good point, Daniel. So now Sam is considering putting 4 1/1 bird tokens into play for no value.
Yeah, I kind of like leaving up Snapcaster, Snap Cryptic here.
Oh, wait. Yeah, he has Snap Cryptic? What am I saying? Yeah, Snap Cryptic, not close.
Yeah, so Jim had 6 power in play across 3 bodies. You force your opponent to have, like, double path to exile.
Right, yeah, you just Cryptic tap there, you make him Cryptic, you make him Snap Cryptic, you just don't commit anything else.
Don't commit anything. You're winning on board. Like Sam has the Wrath. Once he Wraths, you have a 4/3 haste. Your opponent's at 4. You just win the game.
So he's not holding up Snap Cryptic anymore.
No.
But he is exiling all graveyards.
Okay.
Incidentally, this makes Snapcaster not as good.
This makes Snapcaster very, very bad. I think I would have, like...
Dude, this makes Snapcaster into a chump blocker.
I think I would have preferred just, like, end of turn, like, Snap Cryptic, bounce one of your lands, draw a card. Or something like that. Just, like, to cycle it.
Draw step. See, this is a problem here. Is that a choke? No. Faithless Looting is pretty good.
It's okay, right? Like, not having the flashback means that...
If you draw a Vengevine land, you are in the most business.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I think he drew a Vengevine, too. I think I see a Vengevine. Don't discard the Vengevine.
That seems like... I think that's a Renegade Rallier.
Oh. Yeah, I don't like the Rest in Peace there. I think holding up Snap Cryptic until you have the mana to do something else is, like, way better.
I mean, but like, Sam is pressured to make this play because once Jim, plays 2 creatures, you just lose the game on the spot.
That's true.
All right.
Discards will be... I think it is a choke. Ooh, man. Jim Bailey loves his hate cards.
Oh, discard's a choke.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's great anymore.
Yeah, I mean...
The thing is that Sam has, like... So if you look at what he has
a Mystic Gate.
Mystic Gate, Seachrome Coast, Colonnade. Right, he has three lands that make so much blue. Yeah. Okay, so here is a Hidden Herbalists.
Yes.
Ruined Halo, name Herbalists.
I know
that you won't.
Also, Sam has not cracked this fetch for a breeding pool yet, which means that...
Yeah, I don't like that either. That's a 2-mana spell. That's a 1-mana. Also, Sam needs to exile his graveyard.
Yeah.
I really hope he doesn't forget that his graveyard is exiled. D-Sphere Path on top, okay.
Okay, both of these cards are things I want to see.
I agree. Don't let him do it. His graveyard is exiled.
All right, we're gonna. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take a step out.
No, he's doing it. No, Sam. He doesn't even get 1/1s. This doesn't work. Wait. They have the same number of creatures. They have the same number of creatures when you cast the Timely. Rewind. Okay, so Sam just puts a 2/1 into play. Says go. Untap, draw here. It's unclear what's happening, but we're eating it up. Faithless Looting. If he draws Vengevine land, he doesn't win, but he's close. Oh my god. Discard land. 2-mana Bushwhacker. Okay.
All right.
He's not dead, but he's close. They're both 3 power. He will go to 1, and this turns the fetch off. So maybe he wasn't supposed to fetch.
Did Jim search this?
Yep. Yeah, he Faithless Looting Bushwhacker.
Oh, sure.
Bushwhacker Faithless.
All right,
pretty
so
good.
Sam's at 1.
He does have... So now he can't crack the fetch to get Beckon Call value.
No, this,
Draw step.
well, we know what he's gonna draw. There's a path on top.
Yeah.
There's a
Verdict Adapter.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so... Oh, wait. Oh, this is fine. Make 7 1/1s. Draw 4 cards. 3, 4, and then he gets to... Yeah, Jim's like, here, have all these dice. Man, we should get, like, tokens for this stream or something. We'd be way more
Okay,
official.
so
Draws a bunch of cards.
okay, so if Jim does not draw both here,
He loses.
yes,
And it's this turn, because he'll have Cryptic up.
yep, it has to be this turn. It has to be now. Did you draw the bolt?
Just flip your top card, dude. If I'm Jim, I'm like 100p conceding if this isn't Bolt on top. And I don't think it's Bolt, because he would have played it. I think he's passed the turn, and Sam says, Path your dude.
What did Jim in response bolt?
Oh, that's the savage plays. He says pass, and then Sam, and so he's hoping that Sam has something to do. But yeah, this is looks like the end for the red-green Bushwhacker deck, despite you know, Sam misplaying a little bit, and that's somewhat charitable. But we'll see what he does. Attack him for 7 with your tokens, right?
Yeah, I would leave back a couple blockers.
You have a Colonnade. You have a Cryptic Command.
No, I mean, like, I am so far ahead in this game, I don't want to lose to random shenanigans, right?
Then just leave up Cryptic. Your opponent only draws 1 card a turn.
I mean, what if he has double bolt?
Then you lose anyways.
Uh-huh.
Attack for 7. Bring you to 7.
Alright. I would have left at least one guy back. Jim hardcast a Hooting Mandrills.
And Sam says Cryptic this, and yeah, you're just gonna tap your teammates over, whatever. Okay, so the game's over.
And the round is over.
I am happy that both of these things have occurred. We're gonna throw it back up to the booth for a second. So, both players, you know, so like, if this pen is the game, they were like, throw it, and then the other player was like, throw it back. But ultimately, Sam coming out ahead there, just like the raw power of Sam's expertise plus Beckon Call,
well,
pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, so Jim had, like, you know, a pretty good turn too, right? I'll put 8 power on board. Sam obviously had a very timely draw of Wrath of God, right? Like,
good Wrath draw, but Jim also just like should not have played the Vengevine.
Yeah, I think like we're so far ahead on board. The only possible out that like Sam had was
Wrath.
Cryptic. He had to have Cryptic.
Right.
and we knew about this, and then with the Wrath on top, that just kind of sealed the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it is something worth pointing out. Just like how if you're ahead, how can you lose the game? Because
Right.
Jim had room to play around like any sequence of weird nonsense, right?
Right. I mean, you attack there, and so you force Sam to tap your team and draw a card,
Yeah.
and then Sam untaps and wraths, and taps out to wrath, and then you just play Vengevine and end him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It's just like Jim was very close. Sam also though like forgetting about the rest in peace and stuff, then playing Snapcaster. So notably, that snap timely play. For those of you watching at home, timely reinforcements. When you play a Snapcaster, your Snapcaster counts as a creature in play when the timely checks. So like Sam was gonna gain 6 life. So like maybe he just wanted to gain 6 life, but I think he thought he was gonna get the tokens, and that's not how that card works.
Right.
Because I believe it's not equal to or more. It's just timely.
It's more. It has to be more.
Yeah. We'll pull it up on the right. That's Timely Horde Mate. That's not the card. This card was okay in draft.
What are you talking about? Okay, this card was amazing in draft.
Okay, Timely Reinforcements. Yeah. If you have less life or fewer creatures, not equal or fewer creatures. This card would be nuts if there were equal or fewer creatures.
Right.
Like,
but I think all the templating is like this. Like the Linvala in Standard is also template.
yeah, I mean that
like
makes
this.
sense, right? Like it's easier for players to check.
Yes, absolutely. It's also less wordy. Yeah. But with that, looks like round 1 has come to a conclusion here. We might.
Let's go to we had a thing this weekend.
Yeah, we had several things this weekend. We had 2 standard GPs and a modern SCG. So we're gonna check the modern SCG deck list here.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing that we had this weekend is we survived a ban list update with nothing getting banned. Amazing. Everyone was like, ban Simeon Spirit Guide, ban Mox Opal. And they didn't, and that was correct.
Yeah, I think WotC wants to have a little bit of a hands-off approach.
I just also don't think those cards are like wreaking havoc on the format.
No. I mean, I could eventually see them getting banned, but it's understandable that right now it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing too groundbreaking happened in Dallas here.
I mean, I think the biggest development to come out of the weekend has to be Todd Stevens' Green White Company deck. Mm-hmm. We'll throw the link in the chat for y'all. But basically, the deck drops the infinite life combo and just is trying to play like really good 2-drops and 3-drops. It also has this like weird prison aspect where like you can get your Ghost Quarters back because you have Renegade Ralliers and main deck Crucible of Worlds. And so sometimes, like we saw on stream, like he would have had his opponent not conceded. Todd could have taken a line that ended the game with his opponent on 0 lands and 0 creatures.
I mean,
so like
the Crucible Ghost Quarter lock is very real, and more so than the Tech Edge lock. Like Ghost Quarter puts you to 0 land.
Ghost Quarter. I mean, so he was playing against this. This happened when he was playing against Eldrazi-tron, and they have like 2 wastes, and so Todd was like, "Cool, we'll just like keep Ghost Quartering here," and it's just
eventually you're gonna miss a land drop.
It's
and then,
just strip mine. Also, Todd with the. I'm not sure if he's gonna keep it around, but I do sort of like. So he has a Azusa Lost But Seeking. Mm-hmm. You know what's kind of insane with Azusa Lost But Seeking?
Ghost Quarter Crucible.
Yeah, like even if you just have 1 Ghost Quarter, you go Ghost Quarter for turn, Ghost Quarter you, Azusa Land 1, Ghost Quarter you, Azusa Land 2, Ghost Quarter you. Hard to lose.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Especially
first time I've seen this outside of a Bloom deck or a Titan deck.
I mean, this sees a lot of Commander play for like. Just
I'm talking in Modern though.
Yeah, I mean, its downside always has been.
It's a 3-mana 1/2.
Right, and you just don't have enough lands to play. Right, like you needed a Bloom deck, like the Kazoo lands to actually bounce things back to hand. This doesn't do anything if like it's just a 1/2 for 3 if you don't have Crucible out.
Yeah, or like lands in your hand or something. Yeah. So, but pretty impressive run from this deck. The other thing that we saw, Knight of the Reliquary just being an enormous beater. I think with the printing, especially so the Rise of Death Shadow Jund is sort of, the big sort of like new breakout deck in Modern, right? Mm-hmm. Knight of the Reliquary actually if they sometimes they can't trigger Revolt, and they're not playing spells that, like, other than, like, Liliana, that even have a chance of killing the Knight. Because, like, Tarfire doesn't kill it. They have to trigger Revolt for Fatal Push to kill it. So, neither Rokoi probably had, like, a, stock rising in Modern. That one.
Alright, it looks like we just got pairings for round 2, so give us a second while we find a match to put on camera here.
That one or this one.
Okay.
Go for it. All right. Yeah, so Dan's going to hop out of the booth here. I'm going to kick it back down to the play area so that I can do some overlay resetting. But yeah, we should get, round 2 coming shortly. Should be good. Get some new faces on camera, get some new decks out there. Kluger MTG. I don't know if I've actually ever seen... I maybe have seen Living End once here. I don't know if anybody has brought it tonight, but not... I also don't know of a lot of local players of the deck, unfortunately. So go left player... right player. Yeah, so... round 2 on the way shortly here. I'll take this Zeus off. Yeah, and if you guys have requests, I saw a request for Affinity in there. AK Cracker, I'm sorry, I don't think people are playing Affinity tonight. Just not something that people seem to do at Card Market. But requests for other decks and stuff, definitely throw them out there. We'll see if they're in the room and see if we can get them on for you. But yeah, so you should have a second round match shortly. Sometimes we get the pairings a little bit before the players know that they've been paired. Okay. Yeah, so the other thing, other top 8 or from Star City from the Open this weekend. So just outside the top 8, we see Revolt Zoo, which is sort of similar to what Jim was playing. You play a bunch of Bushwhackers and Burning Tree. 2 Ad Nauseam decks in the top 16. That deck has, with the fall off of Infect especially, Ad Nauseam has gotten much better. But yeah, so we have our players sitting down here. On the left, we're going to have Brandon Salgado, and I'm not sure what he's on. He plays a variety of things. And on the right, we're going to have Junji Choi, who I believe is playing Elves tonight. Normally on a Revolt Zoo or 8 Bushwhacker deck, but did, I believe, borrow an Elves list with which he can, hopefully collected company into nonsense as Elves players tend to do. So, Dan, do you know what Brandon is playing?
I do not.
Okay, but Junji is on Elves.
Yeah.
All right, little green dudes.
Is Junji on Elves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally he does play like eight whacker, but
8-whack, or I've seen him on Delver list before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's been off Delver recently though. It's just hasn't been what he's preferred. I know he's done decently at like regionals and stuff with the 8-whack list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Junji with the appropriately colored sleeves here.
Yeah, dude. When you're playing guys that make green and you do green things, green sleeves. There's also a song called Green Sleeves, but I don't actually know how it goes, even though it's very famous.
I mean, if you sit down in like an SCG or a GP, and your opponent has a red deck box, and they pull out red sleeves, and they have a Goblin Guide playmat, dude, and are they playing Burn, or are they just next leveling you?
So actually, this is something that's like, this is one of the things with playmat art, right? Is like, I have this very sort of benign-looking island playmat art. Blue deck box with like normal black sleeves. I suppose I could get like really like island mana symbol sleeves, and then just like play like turn 1 Goblin Guide, and just be like, I hope you were ready for this. They're like, expecting control. But that's actually a real I would be interested to know do people actually do this?
I mean, at the beginning of every round, you look deeply into your opponent's eyes, and I was like, I put you on this deck. And sometimes you're wrong, right? And sometimes you get savagely punished.
And by 7, yeah, and then you lose game 1
Yeah.
because you expected them to be on something.
Yeah, you think they're on Tron or something, they go Goblin Guide, and I was like, well, can't win.
Can't win.
Alright, but we're gonna shuffle up here.
Yeah.
Looks like Brandon is going to miss the screen.
But he rolled a 9. And Junji rolls a 5, so that is pretty good. Brandon still don't know what he's playing. Junji looks like has some green cards. Brandon has cards that are hard to see. Okay, so he's on Goryo's Vengeance. I see Through the Breach, Manamorphose and stuff. And actually, you know what? We've seen him on this deck before recently too. We hadn't seen him on stream in a while, so I forgot. But the last time he was on stream, he was also playing this deck.
But looks like both players are going to 6 here.
Yeah, both. Goryo's Vengeance, one of the decks that sort of gets brought up a lot when people are like, Simian Spirit Guide is degenerate and should be banned because you can do Goryo's Vengeance things. You're like, that's like... Goryo's Vengeance, I think, is the most solid... Is the deck that utilizes Simian Spirit Guide in the most broken way. Maybe Red, White, Nahiri does, but, like, Goryo's Vengeance is, like, trying to, play a turn 2 Gristlebrand sort of thing. Pretty broken, but... just not consistent. We've seen it too on stream. It's just not consistent enough.
No, absolutely. And this is a problem with a lot of the combo decks. The card draw in Modern is weak enough that you can't consistently put together a lot of these combos.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no, like, Ponder or Brainstorm. Oh, please unban Ponder. Looks like Junji might be going to 5. And we do have some excellent stories in the chat. So, Triple X, Bige, XXX. I have Watery Graves and Blue Sleeves and played Mardu Dragons. Nice. Mardu Dragons was a cool deck. Thunderbreak region is really annoying. Especially when you have 2 of them out. You take 6?
Yeah.
There's 2 instances of that trigger that go on the stack. And all 6 points of life come off of your life total.
Yeah, and Dixon Crow, I can certainly relate.
What a legend. So Junji gonna get to repair his Mulda 5 with a draw step. So he has a turn 1 Mystic, and he's gonna be able to play a turn 2 Azuri if all goes well. Brandon looks like he's gonna fetch.
Did you say repair his mulligan with a draw step?
You get another card, right?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, look, if you were on the play, I wouldn't have said that. Oh, fight me, Dan. Big E. Sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, man. Chilith in the chat. I have a Tron playmat and plays Affinity.
All right.
So okay, so that's a Night's Whisper.
Yeah, Brandon's going to Night's Whisper. He's going to fall to 18 from that.
Yeah.
And Junji is...
gonna play another... okay, so now he just gets to do the Azuri anyways.
Yeah.
This is... Wow. So, like, he draws exactly what he needs. Turn 2 Azuri and 4 bodies. Some have told me that is good.
No, he is a ways off from being able to, like, profitably activate the Azuri.
Sure.
But we're pretty close here.
We're not far away.
Like, if he draws a Nykthos here, all of a sudden, we're in business.
Yeah. Cathartic Reunion, discarding Gristlebrand Blood Crypt, though. He's going to need to do some stuff fast because...
But I believe he drew 3 lands off of that.
Oh, really? I didn't see it. I didn't get a good look at his draw. I was pulling up Azuri here on the right for chat.
So Brandon's rocking the mismatching, unhinged, unglued basics.
Dude, what a legend. Okay, so this is Junji on his turn. Going to think about some things.
Yeah. So Junji just wants to maximize damage here. And the Azuri activation does cost 5.
It does cost 5, so he can attack for...
he's attacking for 5
He can attack for 5, yeah, no matter what.
He can attack for 5, or he can tap 5 mana and attack for 5 with just Azuri.
So this is an attack for 3. Brandon says take it, goes to 15. Junji with a follow-up play, gonna be a scavenging... Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
The scavenging is in the main. Savage.
That's... and with a green still up?
Yeah. So this is certainly the dream against Goryo's Vengeance, right? Like,
another Night's Whisper here. That damage matters.
Yep. Brandon's gonna fall 13. Let's not forget, Brandon's
has a Vengeance in hand, but the Scoos is just so... How do you win?
Yeah, Brandon's effectively on a 2-turn clock here.
Yes.
And next turn, Junior is just gonna attack with all the elves and just leave up double green. Like, it only gets harder from here.
Oh yeah. No, it only gets harder. That's not good. Yeah. So discard World Spideworm, end of turn. Wait, what? Why did that go onto the deck? I think, did he scoop? Oh, exile. Oh, he's exiling World Spineworm, end of turn. Oh. I'm not sure that actually was legal, because I don't think, like, if you go to discard, you have to use the mana on your turn.
Yes. But go ahead and see if we can clarify that.
Yeah. Run fast. He's thinking about attacks. So, Junji plays another Llanowar Elves here. Yeah, so one weird interaction with the deck, with Goryo's Vengeance, is that you can't actually do... like, if they discard to hand size, which they do not infrequently because of the Night's Whispers, they discard to hand size, you can't actually eat anything until you untap, because at that point, like, nobody gets priority until the start of your next upkeep. So that is something, like, not irrelevant. Yeah, World Spineworm, pretty good breach. Like, I guess you have to 3 the breach. You can't Goryo's for it because it's not legendary. But okay, so that's been fixed.
No, so I just wanted to double check what happened here. Yeah. So Brandon discarded a hand side.
Yeah.
And then Junji aided in response to the World Spineworm shuffle trigger.
Oh, World Spineworm has a shuffle trigger?
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay, Brandon's gonna scoop it up though, because he was getting beaten down for another 4 to go to 9, and just no way to beat a Scavenging Ooze.
No. I mean, Brandon needed to draw, like... Well, needed removal for that, because Junji effectively had infinite green.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no way. So, yeah, we'll pull up World Spineworm here, because I actually didn't realize that it had that same shuffle trigger. This is like an Emrakul trigger, too? Okay.
Right, yeah. So some cards have a shuffle trigger, some have a replacement trigger, and the World Spine is a shuffle.
Right,
a trigger.
the Progenitus is replacement.
Right, and I believe Emrakul is also a trigger.
Emrakul is Emrakul's triggered for sure.
Right.
Okay, so that's that clears that up for me. I feel educated now. Mostly just like really big cards that have this on them. Like, I guess like all of the Zeniths do. Is a Zenith? No, the Zenith is part of the resolution of the spell gets shuffled in. But
Right,
like,
so,
it's like
no,
Emrakul does, the Eldrazi original Eldrazi Titans 2, World Spineworm does, like. Those ones have the triggered ones. The Progenitus has the replacement, and I don't know what else has the replacement.
The Zeniths are just part of the resolution. But yeah, it's a mechanic that hasn't been printed very recently.
Yeah,
to my knowledge, right?
I mean, this would be the latest printing, right?
Yeah, I think RTR,
because this is RTR. So yeah. World Spineworm, just sort of a ludicrous card if you ever do manage to put it on the battlefield, though.
I mean,
it does get pathed, I guess.
So let's not forget, RTR was in the same, the standard, there was, Innistrad RTR block.
On burial rights.
Yeah, on burial rights on this is pretty good.
It's true. It does cost 11, though.
No, you just have to put the World Spine in your graveyard and then on burial rights it. If it didn't have the shuffle trigger.
Oh, you're right. Good point. Oh, man, I can't believe I missed that. Yeah, okay.
No, we're not hardcasting this.
Yeah.
In no world is this getting hardcast.
Yeah, so I guess it doesn't actually. Yeah, so I was like, wait, why have I never seen this in like a junk rights list? Oh, right, because it has
because it shuffles exactly.
Jesus. Yeah. All right, I'm slow on the uptake. It's fine. And CW8 Smith, Blight Steel and Dark Steel Colossus.
Yes, that's also right.
Effects. Interestingly, if you draw your whole deck and you need to discard to hand size, it keeps you from decking yourself.
It's true.
Even if they mill you, they'd like have to exile cards off your library somehow. I guess they'd have to play something with Ingest.
Sure.
Okay, so ignoring my thoughts on how to get around not being able to deck your opponent when they have a Progenitus in their deck and too many cards in their hand. Think about it, right? If you have a Progenitus and like an Enter the Infinite, like what do? Like they just discard to hand size and they like never run out of cards.
Blue sends Zenith you for 2.
Oh, this is a good point. Blue Sun Zenith, good card confirmed.
Yeah. Or like Ancestral target you. Draw 3.
Ancestral target you is good. Have you ever Ancestral targeted a Lantern player to get under the bridge? Because that's a thing you can do.
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, they're just like, I did not want to draw these cards. Oh man.
You know, yeah.
Like, what do they even have that, like, they can't just, like, dump their hand at instant speed either. It's great.
They can't.
It's like, draw your mill rocks, dude. That's fine with me.
Which means, you know, Howling Mind effects are, like, not bad. Like, if they draw double land, all of a sudden, like, we're going up in the hand count.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, this is relevant if you're playing, like, Baral in a Taking Turns deck, and you need to kill them with it. Because it has 1 power. Yes. So, okay. But jank interactions aside, we're going to go to game 2 here. Goryo's Vengeance looking to not get scavenging used.
Yeah. It looks like Brandon kept the... I mean, his hand had all the pieces of the combo, just didn't assemble them quickly enough.
Yeah, he was on a Maul, and that's the problem with the deck, right? Is like, and we see, you know, it's very glass cannon-y. Scry 1 off this Temple of Malice. Let's go past the turn. Draw step from Junji. Tap 1 land.
Think it into
Burrington
Forge Tender.
Okay.
A little bit surprised to see that included.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
So this does beat Borborgamos.
The problem is if you like get a Borg into play, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can just respond to you sacrificing this by throwing more lands at you.
This is true.
So it doesn't really it saves you from one instance of the land throw, but other than that, it's it seems a little bit narrow. Junji might have just had worse cards in his deck that he wanted to take out.
Right, but if they go, okay, so this is a Cathartic Reunion. Discard Gristlebrand, or discard Bori Borgamos Spirit Guide. Draw 3. Mm-hmm. Looks like he drew another Gristlebrand. He has a Through the Breach.
Yeah.
Draw stuff
Again,
from Junji.
pretty land heavy hand.
Yeah. Fortunately for Brandon, though, Junji is not on, like, a fast draw, sort of like he was last game, where, you know, he's threatening the Azuri overrun almost immediately.
I mean, like, if you're playing turn 1 Burrington on the Elves deck, I'm thrilled to see that, right?
Oh, for
because
sure.
that means you have no mana dork, or anything relevant on turn 1. So the Burrington is also fine because Brandon probably has boarded into cards like Anger of the Gods.
Right. It's so good against Anger of the
This
Gods.
is going to be the protection against that.
Yeah, I feel that. Goryo's Vengeance, target Bori Borgamos. So we're just going.
Oh, okay.
What? Okay.
Okay. So Goryo's Vengeance is not like reanimate or anything. It is
Second a turn.
yeah, this will be gone at the end of turn.
So I'm interested to see what happens.
Brandon can chuck a couple of lands.
How much power does Bori Borgamos have? It's a 7/6.
Yeah, but with Trample,
I think Junji is going to decide. I think Junji sacks the Burrington, and if Brandon lets the sack resolve, none of the any lands he throws won't do it.
this will also prevent all of the trample damage from Borgamos.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so like he sacked it, so that he's definitely not going to take the trample damage. But if Brandon isn't quick on the draw and responds to the sack, so yeah. See, the thing is, I don't know if the sack has resolved here or not, because if the sacrifice has resolved, then this druid is going to live. Okay, so it looks like it's a response.
It looks like
yeah.
Brandon is responding to this.
Okay.
So this is a lot of resources that Brandon has committed to.
Yeah.
To just kill a Burrington Heritage Druid.
I mean, maybe he does have Through the Breaches in hand. Maybe he's got something there. But this is going to be an Elvish Archdruid from Junji. You know, only taps for 1 now, but will indubitably tap for more on future turns. So
Yeah,
past the turn back, he misses a land drop too, and he discarded that Simian Spirit Guide, which could have given him the Lotus Petal to Through the Breach something. Mm-hmm. Land here from Junji. He has another Heritage Druid and Azuri, a Chord of Calling.
Yeah, so
His hand's pretty stacked.
Right. Well, it's also important to remember that with the Archdruid in play already,
Yeah.
like any elf we're playing after this, yeah,
So much mana.
it's just a ton of mana, and so the Archdruid now taps for 3.
Archdruid taps for 3. Yes, that's.
If we play another thing, the Heritage also can make another, 3 mana.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, like from a nearly empty board, we're into like Chord for 4/5 territory.
Yeah. Draw step. It looks like a Magma Spray. I think you have to go after the Archdruid with that if you have it.
The problem with that is now we have a
it's a cathartic. It's a cathartic.
Oh, okay. Right. Because of the Heritage Druid,
discard Crater Hoof, discard Through the Breach, discard World Spine Worm.
Mm-hmm.
Does World Spine Worm shuffle the graveyard too? No. Okay.
No, it just shuffles itself.
Gotcha. Okay, that's slightly different from the Eldrazi Titans then, because those do shuffle the whole yard. So World Spine Worm gets shuffled in, Through the Breach gets discarded.
All right, so we're just looking for a little bit of action here. There's currently nothing in the graveyard to actually reanimate or
right.
Vengeance. Brandon does have another Through the Breach in hand.
I think he might have 2 Through the Breaches and another Goryo's.
Yeah, it's just nothing to do with it.
Is this a chord for?
That looks like a chord for 0. I'm
confused. Oh yeah, and in response, Brandon will
gain
11 life.
11 life.
Go up to 30. Sure.
Did we do the math there, Ron? That looks like a chord for.
Oh wait, no, Junji.
We're gonna go ahead and double check with that. Because there's no way that he could tap that and make 5 mana, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure how he makes 5 out of that.
Alright.
So Cavern of Souls going to come into play. Nettle Sentinel going to hit the board here. So now this is a huge attack because you can tap the Nettle Sentinel, the token, and the Heritage Druid and attack. Tap 2 more lands and then attack for 9 plus base power. Oh wow! But there's an Archdruid that adds 1 to everything. Okay. So, just making So Dan making sure that that it's all gonna work. Okay. Attack you. This is a huge attack. So, all right. So Dan's back. So what happened?
Oh no! Like everything is kosher. We're just
okay.
He's just convoking. Brandon does have a Goryo's Vengeance, a Gristlebrand, and a Through the Breach in hand. So we've got every
except a discard outlet.
Except we don't have a 4th land for Through the Breach. We don't have a discard outlet for Goryo's Vengeance.
Yeah, and that's going to do it. Junji just swings out and wins the game on the spot with that Azuri activation. We should see if we can get another match.
Yeah.
All right, so Dan going to hop out briefly. Okay, yeah, so I think we might have looked away, and then like Junji had a turn where he had his mana untapped, and then Brandon passed to him. So yeah, that's on us for that. So looking at what Junji boarded in, Burrented Forge Tender and Phyrexian Revoker, both very good cards. Phyrexian Revoker, how you beat Show and Tell with Death and Taxes and Legacy, and they're playing Gristlebrands too, so why not here? Plus, you can get it at instant speed, which is pretty cool with Court of Calling. So, I like the choices there for Junji to board in. Burrented Forge Tender especially seemed pretty interesting. I like, again, Brandon-based red deck, you have to assume Anger of the Gods. You also have to think about, turn 2 Anger of the Gods, because of the Simian Spirit Guides. So, Burrented Forge Tender, definitely not something you're looking to see when you're playing against elves, especially because if you're playing blue red X control deck, if you're playing Grixis, you can Fatal Push it, I guess, or if you're playing Jessica, you can path it, but if you path a Burrented Forge Tender, you are the saddest person, and it's not even this was worth because I would have lost. It's just this sucks, but I had to do it anyways. So those guys will hop off of the setup, and we should be getting a new new match shortly. Yes, we do see cards coming over. I see a Sacred Foundry. I see an Ajani Vengeance in play. Oh, wow. I see a Colonnade and Islands on the other side. What is going on? Woo! Yeah, this looks like some control on control action. And I can already tell you who the left player is. It's Vincent Adinolfi, everyone's favorite Jeskai hero.
Yes, so we're in for some grindy matching.
That's what I like to hear. What are life totals, Dan?
Vincent is at 18 Lawrence is at 16.
Okay.
Vincent has a Johnny on 6.
And Lawrence is on blue-white control, it looks like?
It looks like blue-white. I believe they just fought a war over a D-sphere. And it looks like Vincent won because
the Ajani is still on 6.
Looming.
This is how you win the game when you're on Jeskai. What's the game record?
This is game 1.
Oh my god.
Seems about right, though, right?
We are 20 minutes into this round. Vincent plays a tapped colonnade.
Look, all I'm saying is Lawrence has 3 Supreme Verdicts in hand. Not great.
Yeah.
So going back to the earlier play, for some reason I was under the assumption that Junior had cast a collecting company, and I was like, where are we making the 4th mana for this?
Oh no, it was
no. So the chord, for 2 obviously just works as you convoke the creatures.
Okay. So Lawrence is going to draw his colonnade is tapped down here, and Ajani will just like win the game for Vince.
Yeah, the problem is like, so Lawrence has like the option of like animating colonnade and fighting, but like
He doesn't have colonnades being frosted by the Ajani.
sure. I guess a Restoration Angel.
But Vince definitely has
Oh,
removal for it. So he has to go for the resto here, but then he will just lose if Vince has Path to Exile.
Yeah, Lawrence doesn't have any.
He has to draw D-Sphere again, basically.
Yeah, Lawrence doesn't have any counter magic to fight over this with.
You have to do it.
No,
You lose the game when
you
the
have to
Ajani
do this.
ults.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like, you can't deal with that. So resto in play. So he's just going to have 2 draw steps. Vincent probably wants to respond here. Lawrence notably 3 mana untapped to pay for a leak. Lawrence does have the ability to clear blockers away if he attacks with the resto, though. If Vincent can't get the resto off the board and animates a colonnade to block for the Ajani, Lawrence has multiple paths in hand, and that's quite good.
Right.
Against that aspect.
For a game that's gone this late, like you've got to assume that like both hands are full of like dead cards, right?
Absolutely.
They've got to be full of like bolts and verdicts, paths, and whatnot. Just things that haven't had a target to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence hand looked like Spell Snare, multiple bolts sort of thing.
Lawrence's.
Oh, and I think Lawrence just lost the game.
So Lawrence does have another draw into this. Lawrence has Spell Snare, double path, triple Supreme Verdict.
Supreme Verdict seems pretty bad.
Supreme Verdict is pretty atrocious.
So flicker trigger on the stack. Vincent does path. Lawrence will search, but the problem is that like he has to draw D-Sphere and he can't, and then he has to get through Vincent's last 2 cards to actually get this Ajani off the table.
Right. It's
hard.
Yeah.
It is actually like quite in this position. It is so hard to.
So
it's so hard when you're playing.
We had one draw. It looks like he drew a land.
Yeah.
Which would be good to rebuild.
Colonnade does not untap. Vincent gonna make sure of that here.
Yeah.
This is frosted by the Ajani mention.
Alright. I'm gonna draw here. Did we? All right. So we drew a resto. I don't know what is in the graveyard.
I don't know either. He also I think he has his Snapcaster in hand too.
Excuse me, not a resto. We drew a Snapcaster.
Okay. Notably, this Snapcaster does just like lose to Spell Snare, but we've got to try it, right? Like a Ajani ult here is like you just lose.
This is game over.
Like I wouldn't even play that Flooded Strand. Oh, gonna crack it. Oh wait, no, we're going for the big YOLO. Gonna probably go to 13 here, get a Hallowed Fountain, and then like have as much mana as possible up.
Right. So if Lawrence has like a Cryptic command in the graveyard, which presumably he does,
he should. Then maybe he can.
We're gonna bounce draw.
Yeah, I don't hate it. The problem is that Vince like replays the Ajani, pluses on your Colonnade again. You still don't get the Colonnade untapped, and I'm assuming Vince just like bolts the.
Yeah, but at least we don't immediately lose the game, right?
Sure.
So I think Lawrence is trying to decide whether or not he needs this extra mana.
Yeah, personally, I would rather be safe than sorry here. It looks like he has 8. This will put him at 9. This does let him pay for a mana leak on a Snap Cryptic.
Right.
He'll go to 13.
I'm a little. I'm not a fan of like him cracking the fetch immediately here.
I'm not either.
There's just no reason to do so.
Okay, so lose the game to Spell Snare here.
Yes. But we can. I mean, we can fight if.
If Vince has a 2-mana counterspell.
Yes.
So Cryptic Command. Presumably what Lawrence wants to. Yeah, there's a Cryptic there.
Okay, we're gonna Cryptic. You're gonna see if this is good.
Bounce, draw. Vincent thinks about it for a second.
All right.
Probably gonna ask him to tap his lands to cast the Cryptic.
Lawrence would probably need a tap here for this.
Cryptic Command does not come for free, unfortunately.
All right. And notably, Lawrence tapped 2 islands.
Yeah, Vincent making him tap another blue source.
Okay, so like we're down to 1 blue source.
That's not optimal. Mana Leak here. Lawrence is going to get to Spell Snare this, though.
Yes.
That feels good.
But the thing is, like, if Vincent had like Remand, all of a sudden you're like massively punished. For
You're still losing.
Way.
You're still losing to Remand, though.
Oh, sure. I guess you just can't. You just can't beat
recast.
a Remand.
But I agree. He should be using the white to pay for the generic mana. Spell Snare that. Vincent says, last card. Oh, no.
Oh, 1 mana.
No, please. Oh, have mercy on us, Vincent.
He's Lawrence is 1 mana short, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
No, he's short a...
He's short?
Yeah, he can pay for exactly Snap Cryptic Leak, but he can't pay for the Spell Snare, too. Oh, my God.
And we're done here, then.
I think we're done here. Lawrence is a sad panda.
I don't know how many lands Lawrence even has left in his deck.
I don't think he has basics.
Yeah, Vincent reminded him that it's
Exiled.
Yeah, there's just no way. Like, yes, Vincent is hellbent, but...
Like, who cares?
Who cares? Like, who cares?
Not Vince. All that a Johnny.
I think I would scoop it up. Like
Target you.
We've used 26 minutes. Like,
concede. Yeah, no, I think you... The thing is, if you're Lawrence and you scoop and you don't scoop here, oh my God, look at all those lands.
if you don't scoop here, you have to actually win.
No, he's conceding.
Okay.
So, because the thing is, if you don't scoop and the game drags on and you make Vincent kill you over the course of like 5 turns with a colonnade, like, it doesn't... That doesn't, like, you still have to win 2 games, right? And that just decreases your time to do so. Because you're definitely not winning that game. Vincent going to the board here. Lots of stuff coming in for him. D-Sphere of his own, maybe. Looks like a Vendilion Click, possibly. Woo, man, I love me some blue-white mirrors. I guess Jeskai versus blue, but I love me some blue control mirrors, you know?
Yeah.
I think that actually most of the time Lawrence's archetype would be favored, but in this, but it does have the problem of, like, against a resolved walker, like, what exactly do you do?
Right,
like, you have to D-Sphere because you can't burn out the walkers. Like, if you're on Jeskai and someone, like, plays a Planeswalker, you can burn it out and it will cost you cards, but, like, you don't have to have literal D-Sphere for it.
Right. I mean, presumably Vincent is boarding out a ton of these bolts and...
Like, I agree. I would too. Cards. I think that's right.
I'm a little surprised Vincent has this many cards to potentially board in.
Dude, Vincent is like ready for this meta. This store has like a lot of people who play blue. Also, TX Ridger losing after alting a Johnny feels atrocious, but also plussing a Johnny to 8 and then having it die to something feels more atrocious. Like, better that you draw bricks than, like, they just kill your Ajani and you don't Armageddon them.
Yeah.
Because, that's bad.
So I can provide a story of
go for it, Dan.
feel bads.
Let's go. I'm assuming you're not going to feel bad, though.
No, I'm very much on the feel bad of this.
Okay.
Back in the day, when I used to play Jeskai Control, I had a Johnny on 7, and I had Cryptic Command and all this nonsense. And I was like, this is great. How can I lose, right?
Oh, no. I think I know where this is going.
He has a Birthing Pod in play. I was like, doesn't matter. Plays a Thrun. Paws away the Thrun. Gets a Zealous Conscripts.
No.
Takes a Johnny Ultimate. I guess I didn't have a Cryptic Man. It must have been like multiple mana leaks and stuff.
Well, it wouldn't matter.
No, Cryptic can just bounce my Johnny.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so it was just like multiple mana leaks and stuff. It was like, he can't play anything. It's an empty board. The Birthing Pod is useless.
So you resolve the Thrun.
Thrun.
Why were you not keeping his pod tapped?
Which just wasn't tapped.
Oh.
He
never tapped it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't confirm feels bad. Can't confirm.
when he potted, were you like, uh-oh? Did you know what was about to happen to you?
No, I was like, okay, get a Revel Arc? Like, what are you getting on 5? That matters.
When you saw the Zealous Conscripts, did you concede?
No.
Or did you wait?
I read the card again to double check it did what I thought it did.
Then you conceded.
Then it looked really sad. It was just like...
the saddest Dwan that's ever Dwan in his life?
I was just very sad.
I am That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so kids, a Johnny Vengeance pretty strong. I have seen Vince. He was in the top 8 of a 1K. He had his Ajani. He ulted in Ajani that was on 7 to kill his opponent's lands. Then played a second Ajani to keep tapped down the Siege Rhino that was threatening to kill him on 1 life. that was the craziest 1K top 8 I have ever seen before. Like Vincent was just like so close to dying, and then just like multiple Ajani's. It's fine. He did not end up ulting the second one. His opponent did scoop. But yeah, so Lauren's gonna start on a. So here's something that like might not matter, but is something that might be relevant. I don't know. Lawrence started on turn 1 like untapped Hallowed Fountain. I don't think that there's anything Vincent can do on 1 that you're not okay with just letting have happen. Yeah. I don't. I think that if the life winds up mattering, it's that life that's gonna matter.
Right. I think Lawrence took a little bit extra damage there for no reason.
And like this is just like me being very picky control player, but also like whatever.
It could matter, like I mean there are certainly games where it's just like someone red for like 6 and you're just like overwhelmingly going to win.
Sure.
But like there are games where you get like chipped in back and forth. One thing that Vincent's also doing that like I'm a little surprised to see is like he's fetching.
He's pulling lands out of his deck.
Yeah,
sure.
in this kind of matchup,
You just want to draw lands.
All I want to do is hit every land drop until.
Lawrence is doing the same though.
Yeah.
So I think these players are sort of considering between having not paying for shock lands and having more lands in the deck. I think that for Lawrence, he wants to not pay for shock lands. I think Vince wants to have more lands in the deck.
Right.
Because even if Vince takes out burn, like. Sometimes you just die to the blue or red burn. Yeah, that's the point of having the burn.
Right. One thing you want to do in these kind of control mirrors is you want to force your opponent to do something.
Yeah. So Vincent, I believe, is going to draw step click.
Yeah. So
click is so good in these games. Oh my god.
Yeah. So
like, how do you actually like beat this properly? You're gonna have to path it. Like you path it for sure.
I mean, or you just like.
No, you path it not close because your hand is 2 Snapcasters. You need the path in the graveyard.
Yeah. And this is a particularly good play because if Lawrence decides to fight over this, Vincent can play 4 uncontested.
If Vincent goes red source Ajani, like, how do you ever win if you're Lawrence? Zap. So Vincent's gonna get to look at his hand anyways.
He's guaranteed to get the red source now.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, and oh my god, does he have the Ajani? And Vincent's gonna check to see if the coast is clear, and then he's just gonna like play this Ajani and like low key win the game on the spot.
Right.
Like. Okay, so it's not bad, but like resto, 2 snaps. Like the thing is, if you're Vincent here, you just play a Johnny and plus it on that Glacial Fortress, and then there are very few lines that have Lawrence winning because you have you're keeping him off resto for another turn. You have like you're gonna untap with full ability to protect. Like I don't know, I just like.
Right. So
I'm really happy about this Vendilion click.
Yeah, so in these matchups, it's really important. Like, one of the most important parts of playing these matchups is knowing when you can pick a battle.
Right.
And this is a perfect opportunity to do it. Now, I'm not as excited by this line if Vincent,
doesn't have a job.
Untaps and does nothing.
Sure.
Right? Because of the nature of the format now, the haymakers are a lot worse.
Yeah.
In the past, Vincent would be untapping and it was like, here's a Keranos.
Keranos is so good.
And then like
takes the resto.
Yeah.
Lawrence will draw.
Okay. And Lawrence, I believe Troy immediately draws another resto.
Ugh, gross.
But this is fine.
Lawrence needs to still play his land for a turn.
Yeah.
Because Vincent did this in his draw step. So here you play a tapped Colonnade. I don't know. I guess you can snap path now, but I much prefer the tapped Colonnade here.
Right.
But if Vincent plays a Johnny, you just like don't win ever. Vincent?
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
It's the problem is like with red, it's just without
Vincent
red.
Vincent also has a Crucible. Oh.
I would immediately
Crucible's resolving.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
no.
So with this line, I'm shocked that Vincent took resto from Lawrence's hand.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like we're so far ahead if we resolve the Crucible, and Vincent just gave Lawrence a redraw into like a mana leak.
I agree, actually. I'm not sure that was the correct play. But now Vincent, end of turn, can like fetch and tech edge you, and then untap and replay tech edge. Like,
we're never missing a land drop.
We're never missing a land drop again. But we're also, and Lawrence going to play a Wall of Omens here. We're also just going to like, so here actually, ooh, wow, this might actually turn out badly for Lawrence, because now he's going to get, like, he can get tech edge down to 4 lands, and then tech edge down to 3 lands, and then has to draw a land to play the resto he drew. I think that holding up mana was right here, because at least when Vince tech edges you, you get to just like make a resto. Right now you're in a rough spot, because Vince will presumably tech edge your colonnade, untap, like, I don't know what else he's got in hand, but if he doesn't have anything else going on, like, replay tech edge, do it to you again, put you on 3 lands. Crucible is insane in these games. But yeah, kill your colonnade is really good. Also, it means that Vincent...
I think he's hitting the Halophone just because...
It's untapped?
It's untapped, yeah.
That's fine, too. I like that as well, because now Lawrence has to... he only has Spell Snare available.
I think Vincent explained the interaction between...
Crucible and Tech Edge.
Well, no. Once he activates Tech Edge, it's gone. Lawrence can't Ghost Quarter in response or anything like that.
Yeah, Vincent with Brave. So Lawrence will float, and we'll see what he does here. But yeah, so this is the problem. Like, if you didn't play the resto, you didn't play the wall, you could play the resto here, and at least force Vince to do something other than just, like, proceed to wasteland you out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, with the blue-white deck, though, there's more than enough basics that we can deal with this.
No, because Vince isn't Ghost Quartering.
Yeah, he's tech edging. Once Lawrence has quadruple basics, he gets around this.
Yes, he's gonna Ghost Quarter his Hallowed Fountain in response.
Yeah.
Get an island? Okay. I think the problem is Vince just, like, untaps, tech edges you to 3 lands. Now you're in a spot.
Yeah, but Lawrence, so long as the 4th land isn't, like, a colonnade, will always be able to play, like, a 4-drop as soon as he gets there.
Vincent with, gets the tech edge back immediately. Says whatever. Probably just do it again. Like, unless he's holding up 5 mana for something important. He might have Cryptic. Untap for Lawrence here in a draw.
Yeah.
Also, you just do it end of turn. Oh, wow, Vince has another click.
Yeah.
So now you play Resto in response.
Right.
And if Vince has Mana Leak, you get hard punished, but, like, you can't, like, you're not winning otherwise.
Yeah, you have to play the Resto here.
Or you can Cryptic back.
You can Cryptic?
You can Cryptic. Either way, you lose to Mana Leak.
Yeah, you've got to do something.
Yeah,
I didn't realize Lawrence drew a Cryptic that turn.
I don't think he drew it this turn. I think he's had it for a couple turns. It's been sort of hidden.
It can't have, though, right? We know what
we saw his hand.
Yeah, right. We saw his hand.
Well, I think...
He must have just drawn the Cryptic.
No, he just drew the Serum Vision. The Cryptic was a draw step before that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because Vince took the turn.
Oh, he could have hit it off the Wall of Omens.
That too, yeah. Okay, so so I think I like the Resto more here because it advances your board. But he's gonna Cryptic here, just defying my suggested line. If Vince has Mana Leak though, oh my god.
Oh, this is pretty brutal then.
He's gonna take the Resto again too.
Oh,
not close. Take Resto. Like, Lawrence is never getting to 6 mana.
Why is 6 mana relevant?
Because that's Snap Cryptic.
Oh, that's not great. Yeah, we're definitely not taking a Snapcaster. I don't think I care about any of these cards.
I don't think Vincent actually has a way to kill a Resto in his hand right now.
Sure, I know he has Electrolyze in hand.
Right, but he doesn't have, like, a...
Right.
Draw...
Plus, Lawrence is going to be tapped out here.
Draws another Ghost Quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the reasons I almost liked not taking a card is because I don't care about any of the cards in that hand. Serum Vision is one of the best.
I think you might care about Resto.
Right. Okay, no, I mean, that's fair, because the Resto is a redraw if it resolves.
It's a redraw, it's a clock, like... And I think that, either way, whatever Lawrence played was getting Mana Leak there, so it doesn't matter that much. So now Vincent gets to beat for 3 with the click. Like, there's nothing you can really do about that. Gonna go to 14 here for Lawrence. This is where the damage might start to matter. If he had 2 more life, the clock would be a turn slower. Vincent does have the ability to double tech... Or, yes, he can double tech edge unless Lawrence responds by getting the Ghost Quarter out of there. Because he can then rebuy tech edge and Ghost Quarter again.
Yeah, and so Lawrence might be incentivized to...
Yeah.
I mean, but he still will get tech edged again.
That's true.
This does nothing.
This doesn't do, yeah. So Colonnade dies. This goes to the yard. Vincent's going to be like, cool, rebuy, do it again.
Yep.
Man, Crucible of Worlds is a messed up card.
Yeah. If Vincent's going to go for a tech edge again, now here I like Ghost Quartering. just to make sure at least like
Get some number of basics out there.
yeah.
Like slowly build to 4 basics.
Because like, what is your ghost quarter going to do? Right, your ghost quarter is going to put 1/3 lands in the graveyard that they can replay. Like,
Yeah.
this is the only
This is just you're still like you're still stone raining yourself.
right. This is almost an unwinnable battle. Like in the control mirrors, the important thing, like especially like these old school control mirrors,
Yeah.
the important thing is always fighting over like the haymaker, right?
In this case, the
haymaker-
Crucible is the haymaker.
The Crucible is a haymaker. That
Oh my god, he draws another resto. He just doesn't have lands to play it now, so it doesn't matter.
right.
Like, I was going to be like, wow, like so many restos, but like, it doesn't. It's just.
So it doesn't
ugh.
look like Vincent has any ghost quarters, so he can't like
Run you out of-
brutalize
yeah.
Lawrence.
The click will probably get snap pathed. I think that you just.
We
don't
gotta be
tap like that.
Careful with how we tap for this.
Yeah, those are not dual lands. Yeah, I think you have to do this here. Snapcaster Mage.
Uh-huh.
Vincent thinks about it, is like, okay.
Has electrolyze in hand.
I mean, that's fine though. Like,
Yeah.
path your click. Vincent gets a land. We'll probably like replay the Tech Edge after this, and then we'll probably go for end of turn electrolyze your Snapcaster and hold up Tech Edge in case you have stuff.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing though is like, Lawrence just needs to draw a land and play that resto and put pressure the other way. Okay, I lied. That's over.
Johnny's pretty good too.
A Johnny Vengeant plus on that, you only get to untap 2 blue mana, plays another Colonnade. So like Lawrence needs so he has a Dispel, which will get rid of the Electrolyze that Vincent has. So this is an attack, presumably, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but again, just on blue white, you have no way of dealing like the extra point of damage.
Absolutely. You know what Vince can do now is he'll go replay Tech Edge plus on your Snapcaster Tech Edge your. Oh, I guess Lawrence doesn't have another way.
Yeah, no, we're not. Tech Edge is not online right now.
Oh, unfortunate, but that's okay, I guess.
Is it though?
He also has the thing for Vince is he also has a Colonnade up, and if he keeps the white source tapped down, Lawrence is never pathing again.
Right.
Yeah, so untap here from Vincent. He'll take a draw step. Lawrence has a Dispel, so he can fight a little bit, but yeah, replay Tech Edge, gross. Plus target your white source. Yeah, this is so hard because now you're just a mono blue deck, like and you just don't interact with the board well. Untap from Lawrence, just gets to untap 2 lands now. Draws a Plains, so like he can play the Plains. I just like.
Now Glacial is Tech Edgeable.
Glacial is Tech Edgeable, and you're not going to kill this Ajani. So like, end of turn, Vincent goes Tech Edge or Glacial, and.
Vincent's going to end of turn electrolyze the Snapcaster.
He's going to tap his only red source, so he can't electrolyze.
Yeah, that.
Probably, maybe not the best tap there from Vince,
Yeah.
but maybe he just doesn't care. He just untaps. Wow, he has like counterflux and stuff. Replay a Flooded Strand because your opponent's only on 3 lands. Now he can just plus on the Snapcaster though.
Yep.
So now that's locked down. Lawrence has to think about, what is he going to do? So maybe if you have another path, maybe you try to path your own wall, get a 4th land, untap, and play Resto.
Wouldn't it be better to path your Snapcaster?
Sure. Yeah, you're right. Path your Snapcaster is tapped down anyways. Or you might have to snap path it. The problem is I think that Vincent just has like counterflux.
Yeah.
Just like counter everything.
Yeah, so Lawrence
Vincent's going to think about this one.
Lawrence-
It's getting countered though, for sure.
I mean, Vincent does have electrolyze.
Electrolyze is actually really good here.
I mean, it looks good, right? It's gonna
Also,
play into
what
the
is
spell.
Lawrence flashing back?
Nothing.
Oh, he's just gonna.
This
play
is just a
Snapcaster.
2/1.
Okay, but Vince does get to. He can't cast Counterflux and Electrolyze.
Right.
So the Ajani might die. It is a Dispel. It's
okay.
the new
There's
one.
double Spell Snare and a Dispel.
Yeah, Dispel. Vincent doesn't look like he has an answer for this. Oh no, he has Fetch Snap.
He has a yeah.
This is not ideal. Okay, so he'll take 3, go to 15. Vincent does need to close the game. We are, down to 6 minutes left in the round, but he just has Colonnades.
Vincent has no incentive to close the game out. If this
true.
game is a draw, he wins the match.
Good point. How does that affect your breakers?
Snap, man!
Yeah, snap leak on your Dispel.
Okay.
Normally it's going the other way where the Dispel's trading up for something, but this is just... Oh.
Yeah, this is...
Electrolyze. Get those off the board.
Even if Vincent only draws land for the rest of the game, he's still, like, cataclysmically far ahead.
That's one way to put it. Draw stuff from Lawrence is another Serum Visions, which unfortunately, now would be a perfect time to draw a land and like get a resto going. But instead, he's got a Serum Visions draw Colonnade. Okay.
Which is a Colonnade, terrible draw with Tech Edge. You tapped your island, so that land is gone.
That land is gone forever.
So like we need.
There's no way out of this because you're never going to get a resto on board because a Johnny will always keep one of your lands tapped, and unless you have an actual another basic land.
We need the 4th and 5th basic.
Yes. Yep, and Lawrence does have a lot of basics. I just don't know if he has that many basics. Colonnade tap. No, it's just going to get tech edged. Oh no, it's disastrous.
Yeah, this is pretty brutal.
Vincent is really good at playing Jeskai. Tap your island. Attack for 2. Lawrence block, maybe? Oh, he's just going to take it. Okay, he still has hope. He still thinks this resto's ever going to enter the battlefield. It's not. Unfortunately, this tech edge will target your colonnade. Goodbye. Man, Crucible of Worlds, everybody.
Messed up card. Very messed up.
I'm going to have to, put a freaking age rating on the YouTube VODs. This is horrific. Lawrence draws another Dispel. Normally great card in these matchups. Oh, wait, he untapped an island. That island should not be untapped.
Yeah, I think...
Vincent's going to, notice here. Yeah. So, Vincent notices. Lawrence taps it. Yeah, this is fine. Attack you for 2. Lawrence, just block.
You have to block.
You have to... No!
The thing is, obviously, if Vincent has a bolt, it's pretty bad. But
what else are you doing? Did he draw a card? I think he might have drawn a path. Cool, we can path his Snapcaster. Great. And then lose the planes forever. I love it. Do it. Yup. It's so sad.
I mean, if we're pathing a
Snapcaster, it's gonna get counterfluxed. Oh, I lied. Vincent doesn't care.
This is totally fine.
Oh my God.
Totally fine.
Oh no. Vincent's just plus on your planes now. Gross. Doesn't have to animate Colonnade. Draws. Okay, well that's laughably uncastable.
The problem with having a resolved Haymaker is that the only way to deal with it usually is to cryptic it back to hand
and counter on the way down,
which is a very hard battle to win, and then you gotta win that battle and then win the next battle when it comes down again.
I mean, to be fair, Lawrence has a pretty ridiculous setup for doing it if he had more than 3 lands and 2 lands available at any given time.
Yeah.
Because he does have Dispels, he's got Spell Snares, he has a Cryptic. It's just he doesn't have any lands anymore, Dan. Where did his lands go?
They're gone.
I know, it's so sad. Oh, now we're gonna get the Colonnades though.
Yeah.
Vincent is not afraid because there's no white source, and so he takes to the skies. And the mighty Celestial Colonnade punches for 4.
He can tap 5 and still leave up Cryptic Spell Snare.
It's pretty good. I've been told that this combination is decent. Oh man, and he's gonna Helix too. Oh wow. Okay, so
we got
3. Vincent at 16 here.
I think he's got Bolt Snap Bolt.
60. Well, Lawrence actually has a Dispel. Vincent. Oh no, that's messed up, man. Vincent Adinolfi gonna win this one 2-0 over Lawrence Doria. Vincent holding the Crucible, being yeah, bro, you like this Crucible over here?
It's pretty good. Crucible's pretty good.
Yeah, as soon as he resolved the Crucible, we can go back, but as soon as he resolved it, both of us were just we saw the tech edge and just oh, no.
But even without the tech edge, even if Vincent only had Flooded Strand,
you just make land drops.
You make a land drop every turn for the rest of the game. Eventually, you're gonna run out of lands in your deck. So all of a sudden, you're only drawing gas
or Colonnades, which or tech edges, which are really good. Actually,
once you find your first tech edge, all of a sudden it's amazing.
You know what actually is also very low key good about this is as long as your Colonnades don't get pathed, you have them forever.
Yes.
And that is insane. Because, normally, in these sort of mirrors, the person with the Colonnade advantage with, the higher number of Colonnades, can normally, basically, if no one has removal anymore, you're, trading Colonnades, and then the last Colonnade gets through, sort of.
Yeah.
But you just never run out. You have like even if
The
you never
colonnades
draw,
have to be pathed. And
you
then
have to path the colonnades, and if no one's pathing colonnades, then like you just have free colonnade attacks every single turn
for the rest of the game. Yeah.
Forever. 12. Jeez.
Yeah.
I just like, oh man, we'll kick it back up to the booth for a second, but just like, oh, this is like, it's just one of those where you just watch, it's just like, oh god, I want to look away, but also this is amazing. Like Crucible of Worlds, like I mean, we did talk about it on the break with Todd Stevens' Green White Company deck. You know, the card is really slow, but it's really really good, especially in a deck like Vincent's. You know, where you're like it synergizes so well with Vincent's game plan of just make land drops even if you don't have land destruction.
Right, because like Vincent's perfectly happy just to sit and do nothing. Like
Make your opponent discard to hand size, guys. It's a really good strat.
Right. Like a lot of times, and that's why it's very important just not miss your land drops, because as soon as you miss a land drop, you have to do something.
Right, and that's
or you're gonna start discarding the hand size.
I mean, that's basically like it's weird, but it's I mean, you know, and that's one of the reasons actually I really like I sort of prefer the Jeskai decks because worst comes to worst, you probably have a Bolt or a Helix that can face them and keep you off of having to discard. Because once you start discarding a hand size, right, like you're just bleeding value, right? Like they're making their land drops, you're not. Like you have to do something. And then the thing is when you do decide to do something, you're also at a disadvantage because you have fewer resources to do things with. So it's just like being able to play a land every single turn in a control mirror like that.
It's the dream.
It's so like
that is exactly what you want to be doing.
Like and I mean I think that you know, just like when you just like make land drops for like 2 turns longer than your opponent, you just like normally it's like whatever. If you're not playing against like another like blue X control deck, it's like this is fine. Like, you know, I have some lands. Like maybe I wish I had drawn another Path or a Snapcast or something. But against another control deck, those lands are so good. And also, when you know, eventually you get to activate Colonnade. Colonnade's great. Like you saw Vince there. Like he was like, cool. Like activate this, and then had enough mana to like counterflux something. Just
yeah,
like,
the land count was the land count was really useful because it was effectively a turn counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a land drop every turn. The only
turn
time
counter plus two
Yeah.
because there are 2 path to exiles.
Yeah.
But it looks like that probably was the last match here for round 2. We're just kind of waiting on the pairings for round 3 here. We can cut it to a quick 3-minute intermission here.
Yeah, we'll go to a 3-minute intermission here. You know, let us just get a quick break. But so 3-minute intermission. We'll be back before the countdown expires for round 3. Stick with us at MTG Card Market Wednesday Night Modern. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Thank you.
shine, 'cause I'm born forever your guide. For all of my life, I will be by your side. And I'll be there when you fall, yeah. And there'll be no pain at all. And I'll be
Okay. Okay. And we're back at MTG Card Market Wednesday Night Modern. So Dan is out of the booth grabbing a feature match for round 3, and has just returned. So we'll throw it down on the play overlay right away so we can get started. So on the left here, we're going to have Martin Sheeler. He is a dedicated Emeria player. And has been integrating some new stuff into the list recently. Normally likes to play a red splash for everyone's favorite Saheeli Rai.
Looking at the board, we didn't see any red cards there.
Yeah, it
Lots
might
of
just be in the main. He also might not have that in there.
Okay. And do we have any idea who what Martin is playing against?
So he's playing against Noah Smithier, and I have no idea what Noah's playing.
Okay, so be a bit of a surprise here.
Yeah. No, I actually don't know if we've seen Noah on stream here before, so this should be
Yeah. So notably, in Martin's sideboard, I didn't see a Crucible, so he might have it main.
I wouldn't be surprised. He also might just not have a Crucible.
I mean, this is a 4x Ghost Quarter in the main deck.
Yeah,
Which,
but
you know,
also Crucible is like not a card that everyone owns.
Sure.
Like there is that. But yeah, I would if there's a deck that plays it in the board, I could see the Emeria deck being one of the best to do it. I don't know about main, although you can get Crucible back with Sun Titan. You're like, oh, I killed your Crucible finally, and you're just like Sun Titan, rebuy a land,
Yeah,
Ghost
rebuy-
Quarter you again. Yeah, so we'll see.
Rebuy the Crucible to rebuy the Ghost Quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
The dream.
How do you ever lose? I mean, like obviously there's a lot of ways, but so it looks like player's gonna roll here. Martin
Rolls a 7.
7. Yeah, okay. So
right.
hitting that expected value. Over to Noah, and he has an 8. Ooh, the 1-up. Got the 2 on one dice, but the 6 on the other one. So we will throw roughly 50 minutes on the board and get underway. And again, yeah, we don't know what Noah's playing, so I will be very interested to see what he's got here.
Yeah, so the thing with the Emeria deck is like you have great laking, but you also are doing a lot of like nonsense in the first couple turns of the game.
I mean, the goal is to get to turn 6, cast a Sun Titan, and then get an Emeria online without dying, right? So you get to play lots of chump blockers, you play lone missionaries, you gain a bunch of life. I think your worst game 1 matchup might be Affinity, just because like their board just gets huge.
It just gets huge,
and you can't do anything about it. But I don't know what Noah's playing, so we're going to find out. It looks like Noah's playing something... Oh, she's playing Adnos. This cannot be good for Emeria.
No, I mean, Emeria does run a smattering of counter magic, but it's just...
He does have, it looks like a negate in the opener, so that, it could be worse, but like... Already I see a pact in Noah's hand. So this is like... And also he starts with a Lotus Bloom, so this is pretty good for him.
Yeah, the Lotus Bloom, pretty scary. This is something you, like, definitely want to fight over, just because, like, as soon as it comes off of Suspend, like, they're already well within range.
Oh yeah, when it comes off of Suspend, like, they have enough mana to kill you. And Martin does have a negate, but if Noah has a... if Noah does draw, I think he's only missing an Adnos. If he... Oh, so he's got a main deck Vendilion Click. Cool. I have not seen that before.
That's definitely...
oh no, I lied. That's a Boseiju.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Vendilion Click would be a...
I was like, wow, like, what is happening? But no, it's a Boseiju because I'm bad at looking at art.
Okay.
Well,
the Boseiju will do a number on, like, forcing this ad nauseum to resolve.
It will. I think the biggest thing is getting the Lotus Bloom to resolve first. But Noah, gonna go with the Seachrome Coast here, pass it back to Martin. Martin knows what he's up against at this point, and he's just got to be like, well, this is not optimal. But Martin, see, he does have the red splash here. So I'm willing to bet that Martin somewhere in his deck has a Felidar Guardian, and somewhere else in his deck has a Saheeli Rai. They could even be in his hand. But we could basically be looking at the same interaction that is currently having people sad-facing in Standard.
Yeah, I mean... Felidar is unique in that, like, it flickers something, But it's not like Flicker Wisp where there's a delay of when it comes back. This is immediate.
Nope, you just do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Also, Martin's lands are incredibly deceptive. Like,
Oh, yeah. Flooded Strand into Sacred Foundry, Windswept Heath into Plains. Like, is this like some Nea thing?
this would not suggest to me this is a blue-white deck. Lone Missionary, though, on the other hand, that's a pretty big tell.
Yeah, the question is, can Martin gain enough life to put him out of the range of a Lightning Storm with everything on it? The answer's probably not.
The answer is no. The answer is almost certainly no.
Yeah. So I believe there's an Unlife in Noah's hand, so I think he's probably going to go play that. I think he's just missing an Adnos.
Right, which is like kind of important because like Noah doesn't have any like
Selection.
card draw in his hand. He just has to naturally draw this Adnos.
I think though he kept like literal like the nuts in everything else.
Yes.
So like I'm not really like bothered by the keep, if that makes sense. Although I also like know very little about playing Adnos, so if chat Adnos pilots want to time in and tell me what's up, I am all ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so gets a basic swamp with this. But yeah, I think he'll probably play the Unlife here. It'll buy him a lot of time.
Right. I mean, Noah. The jig is up, right? Like, you suspend that Lotus Bloom. Everyone knows what you're doing, so you might as well play the Unlife.
Dude, you could be like Karkline Ironworks, right?
The Unlife also gives you a draw into a Disciple of the Vault.
Excuse me?
Not Disciple of the also costs 1 black.
Spoils of
Spoils
the
of the Vault. It was of the Disciples of the Vault. Close enough. One drains you when artifacts dies, the other one wins the game. Close
Well,
enough.
it doesn't automatically win you the game.
Right, you can hit the Lightning Storm and then fail to win the game.
If you like exile too many lands. Wall of Omens here from Martin.
No, if you just exile the Lightning Storm.
Well,
and,
I presume. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you name Adnos, get that. Okay.
Yeah.
So draw step, another Lotus Bloom. So like literally, we're just like waiting until
We're
the
waiting.
beatdowns happen.
We've got
Tapped Boseiju. So Martin's now just like, okay, dog, like this is fine. Let's see how fast I can go.
Yeah, so I'm not thrilled about this Boseiju play because Martin has a deck with so many Ghost Quarters. But at the same time, like this means that if you draw Ad Nauseam, you just win the game.
Yeah, if you draw Adnos, you just get
Actually, no,
turn.
this is fine. I think the
it's fine.
Boseiju play is fine. If
He
you
has Pact of Negation too, and Martin's pretty light counter magic game one, so
yeah, but like this guarantees you that you win the game, right?
Sure.
Even through like multiple spells.
I just thought of a cool play. So if Martin, wow, that's a really awkward way to say it, but if Martin gets Noah down like to very low life and then plays a Flicker Wisp and targets the Unlife, you can just kill him because the Unlife doesn't immediately re-enter the battlefield.
Correct. Although this that will take some doing.
I mean, we're in this one for the long haul, Dan. Regardless, like we're either this game is ending in like the next. I guess it's not ending for like, oh god, like 12 turns given the clock right now. I lied.
So like, for example, just like if Martin was playing Burn or something, right? Like Noah would have equally like wouldn't be able to interact, but like would be under so much pressure that he would only have like a couple more draw slips at this.
To be fair though, Ad Nauseam does have like a much more reasonable burn matchup than you would expect, just because like Phyrexian Unlife is just like game 10.
Yes.
So gonna see.
The Phyrexian Unlife actually is a cyborg tech I see a lot. Well, cyborg tech I occasionally see against Burn, in that it's a 3-mana game 10. You can't spell crack this.
Yeah, exactly. Post board though, like you get your Unlife dereved and then you're a sad panda.
Right, but if you're on like Abzan or something, like
Oh sure, they're not gonna bring in.
They're not bringing D-Rev.
Flicker Wisp. Okay, targeting.
Presumably Wall of Omens.
Yeah.
Like
Attack you for 2, go to 13. You see, now the thing is though, the clock is much faster now. Flicker Wisp is a 3 power body.
yeah, like now we're on. We need a.
Oh, did you draw it?
I think you just drew the
I think you drew
Adnos.
I think you drew it. You drew it. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so he's gonna Adnos hold priority. Presumably hold. Oh no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't need
He doesn't
to.
need. There's a Phyrexian life.
Martin's like, LOL.
Martin.
Martin says, "Show me."
All right.
I think he's just gonna let Martin look. 2, 3.
Yes.
And yeah, so he does get to see his whole deck here because each card is revealed to the Adnos.
Yeah.
But
So
this
no,
is ooh, what was that? Is that like a
I think that was one of the baubles that redraws.
yeah? Oh no, it gets a basic. I think
Oh,
it's like
sure.
Wayfarer's Bauble or whatever. But Martin's gonna scoop it up because that is how Ad Nauseam wins the game.
Wayfarer's, it was a Wayfarer. Yeah, that was an eggs deck. I remember.
Dude, wow. I think I had like a starter deck with this in it when I was like very little and like. Yeah, it's this card. No, it's the other one. Guys, what card is that? It might be this card.
It wasn't this card. It was, or it might have been different art.
Yeah. Oh wait, actually. Oh wait. Ah, this one.
This one. Yes.
One card
Yes.
from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. So if you're Adnos, you're just like, ooh, get back my Adnos? Like, what is the meaning of this?
This means you don't deck.
Maybe if you have a Lab Maniac that dies, you can put the Lab Maniac back on the bottom, draw it, play it, and then like try to draw another card.
Yeah, it was just like Serum Visions or something.
Okay. I'm confused, but we'll see.
I don't hate this because this means that like if you get your Lightning Storm like Inquisitioned.
Oh, I mean that's true.
Right.
That's true. This is like if you have some mana up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and Big Daddy Snow in the chat has exactly that line
Right,
as well.
right.
Good call. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I guess they have to like exile because then you just go off and you just have enough mana to do this.
Yeah, you have to have one more mana available because
Right.
you got Bobble.
But that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So I mean Martin is obviously going to take out a tremendous number of cards. Like all the verdicts and all the paths, just like these can leave.
The verdicts feel
Rune
a little
halos,
bit silly.
negates, stony silences. I like it all. I think it's great.
All those seem
Rune
fine.
Halo, yo. So we were really down on Rune Halo before, but like this is the other Rune Halo deck. I guess you just like echoing it, but like
You also went from Lab Maniac.
this is true. But like they got to do some more work. They got to step through the they got to go over some more hurdles, as it were.
I mean, it's almost easier at times, right? That's a potentially turn 2 kill.
Martin did also board out all his removal.
Yeah.
Wait, turn 2? What?
Oh, actually, I guess turn 3 is the best you can do.
What do you? Because you need to play an on life and then spoils for a card not in your deck.
Yeah, I use spoils for like Tarmogoyf or something.
No. You spoils for Abandon Hope.
No, can't. Not legal in the format.
Does spoils have to go for a card legal?
Yeah, whenever you name a card, it has to be in card legal in the format.
That's unfortunate because I have a friend who really likes naming Abandon Hope
When you Cabal Therapy.
when he Cabal therapies and knows he's gonna win. It's like not a good card, but
But it is also first on the list.
it
Or
is
near the
yeah.
top.
It's also near the top of the list on MTGO.
Yeah.
So that's important for when he's like playing Star.
So looking through Martin's list, there definitely is a Sahili Rai.
Yeah, dude, that card's great. I don't know if he has the Guardian, but if he does, like, obviously this is the matchup you wanted in because you're not going to get disrupted. You're gonna go
Well, I
off
mean,
turn
Guardian
4.
seems very reasonable in this deck.
Yeah, it's like Flicker Wisp X through. It's like 5 through 7. Or whatever.
Right.
See, Lab Maniac costs 3. So you'd need to go turn 2 Spirit Guide Maniac, and then turn 3 you need to go Spirit Guide Unlife Spoils.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can win turn 3 with the Lab Maniac. Incidentally, though, you don't really see that combo played as much in Modern because Lab Maniac dies to bullets.
Everything.
Except Unkicked Fatal Push.
Yes, you're correct.
But it also dies to Tarfire, so, like,
Cards we are not afraid of in this matchup.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about against, like, Death Shadow or something. Like, even though they don't play Bolt because they're busy filling their graveyard to cast Green Sun Zenith, they can still kill your Lab Maniac. But Adnos actually, interestingly, has seen an uptick since the bannings. One of the big things that I was sort of mentioned before, while I was sort of conversing with the empty air of the room while you were out, was that Adnos has come back a lot. I think because Infect is just off the map.
Yeah.
Like, who is playing Infect?
Right.
Like,
Infect was always like when you had a draw with Phyrexian in life and they played turn 1 Glistener Elf, you just and like it's so bad because
it doesn't matter.
Nothing matters. Like you can't like Angel's, you can't even Angel's Grace. Like, yes, you Angel's Grace, you don't die that turn. You die before your upkeep on the next turn.
Yeah.
So like,
This is like legitimately we saw this card in an Adnos sideboard and had to have it explained to us by the chat what the heck was going on. And this was a piece of infect hate that wasn't uncommon. Like if you ramp it out with a Lotus Petal or something, or not a Lotus Petal, Lotus Bloom or a Pentad Prism, like this does win the infect matchup.
isn't this just strictly worse than like Night of Soul's Betrayal?
So there's this card that Infect plays a lot of called
Nature's Claim. Yes, this cannot get claimed.
This gets you're on Adnos. Do you think Infect has kept in a dismember against you? I'm gonna guess the answer is like maybe one, and only if they're like really afraid of that Lat Maniac. Like but that was actually I actually asked this in the chat too when we were like when the existence of this card was revealed to us, and I also asked the same thing, and then chat was like, "You fool!" It's like
Nature's Claim.
Nature's Claim, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay." All right, so this looks like a hand for Noah that he's gonna keep. He's got 2 Serum Visions and a Peer Through Depths. Probably gonna bot one. He's gonna take a look. Top the Scry.
Also, a Temple of Alignment, I believe.
I think it's a Seachrome Coast.
Is it Seachrome?
Seachrome Coast
That is
Temple.
Seachrome, yes.
Yeah, the Seachrome Coast has a really distinctive like white sun in the upper left, whereas Temple of Enlightenment, the building, is just on the left.
Alright, Serum Visions into another Serum Visions. There's a Pact Negation in one of the 2 choices.
He has an Unlife, so he just needs to find Adnos and 5 mana.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully not get negated. I'm imagining that Martin has at least 3 of that card.
Yeah. Also, Martin probably has some number of Dispels as well.
Yeah, Dispel pretty good. He has a Mana Leak here, we see it in his hand, so, if you're Martin, you're feeling okay. You just need to put a clock on board and not lose.
Yeah, but Martin's deck really not good at applying a clock.
I mean, if Lone Missionary is like Snapcaster can be a clock, right? Lone Missionary is basically the same thing, just without the value.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick a deck with one of the slowest clocks,
Oh, this would be it.
this is one of
This one not close. Smartly, Noah choosing to scry before he Serum Visions here, so he gets to choose whether or not he wants to draw this card.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of extra digging power.
Yeah, I mean,
dig.
between 3 Serum Visions and a Peer Through Depth,
He's gonna
Noah's
see
gonna
so
see
much.
a lot of cards in his deck.
Draws a Pact.
Okay,
Scries 2. Echoing Truth, Lotus Bloom. Lotus Bloom, I think, is like not bad because I don't think you're not gonna die, and it gives you a ton of mana.
Yeah, you're not under any pressure. And
Yet.
like we're so far away from having like
The combo.
enough mana.
It's gonna top one, bottom the other.
Okay, and I think Noah has two Pact Negations in hand.
He's got some number of them. Now you're just we're in the position of draw Adnos, right?
Yeah, Martin I think is gonna fetch, play Flicker Wisp, and then probably fetch for an island, Flicker Wisp the island, and leave up Spell Snare.
Sure, that's pretty reasonable. Good predict on the island fetch. Let's see if you got the rest of it right.
Yeah, I mean this just seems better than flickering like a Howl Fountain and taking another 2.
Oh, Dan. Getting money. Let's go. All right. Yep, so leaving up a counter spell here. And that is a 3 power clock on board.
Yeah, I mean this is 7 turns.
That's a lot of that. See, the thing is when you say this is 7 turns, ooh, wow. Oh no, and then this gets to resolve.
So 10 turns? No,
Yeah.
more than that.
No, he's got to put him down to
11 turns. This is an 11 turn
it's
clock.
11 turns. Okay, whatever, dude. Got to start somewhere.
Look,
Roll this down to 2. Draw. Draws a Watery Grave. Has a Peer Through Depths and another Serum Visions ready to go. This is just gravy. This is fine. You're Adnos. You don't care.
yeah,
You don't care about anything. Just like, find me my Adnos. Simian Spirit Guide, probably not it.
probably the worst possible draw.
Oh,
There's
what?
Adnaz on top. Yeah, Adnaz and Simian Spirit Guide.
All right, I like it.
Okay.
This will be ready to go shortly, and I don't think Martin can win. Even though he has multiple counter spells, like he has Mana Leak, it gets pacted. He has
It's double packed.
Yeah, he has double packed. Yeah, this is so. I actually played one time against Martin, but he was playing Adnos. This was before started commentating and stuff. And I was like, he played Adnos and he tapped out for it, and he had one card left in hand, and we had like, sort of traded, like we had fought over some stuff, or like rather like he had put a lot of like stuff on the battlefield, and I had like tried to mana leak this thing, and he had last card Pact of Negation, and let me tell you that the only thing that feels worse than last card Pact of Negation is double last card Pact of Negation.
So this combo is instant speed, so Noah's under no incentive to like go for it here. He can just wait.
Martin draws a Phantasmal Image.
Yeah.
Beats
So
2/11.
also, all Noah wants Martin to do is just tap some mana here.
Yeah, just like make him think about it. But Lotus Bloom, cast this.
Yeah, so like Martin might fight over this because like that
But if
seems
he
like
does, then he loses because Noah actually this is crazy because Noah can go Spirit Guide, tap 4 lands, cast Adnos, flip his deck, get the other Spirit Guides.
Noah has a super.
No, but Lotus
disguised
Bloom
hand.
resolved. Oh no. Okay, I think this game is. I believe this game is over, and the match with it. Sorry, Chad, about not updating match record. It's good now.
Just Noah had a super disguised hand, and now he's in the weird spot of like, he wants to go for it before Martin draws into Morghast, right?
Yeah.
Like he's at the point where like Martin
He says go.
Yeah.
Martin draws a land, plays a land.
I mean, so now Martin has 4 blue sources, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's a chance that double pact is not good.
If one of Martin's cards is a Spell Snare, I don't know. He's gonna fetch down to 7.
Again, Noah has some amount of time here, but like now, like
It just doesn't get better. I don't think.
I mean, Noah can draw a Boseiju.
Yeah, I just like.
But
Like if he draws Boseiju, obviously the game's over. Just like he does have the ability to just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting to the point where like it's not getting better. And if it doesn't get better, we're gonna lose the game.
He's gonna cast Peer Through Depths, and Martin will Spell Snare this. Oh, the bait is so real. Okay, so I actually really like this play by Noah.
Yeah. So
Martin doesn't know that Noah's fine. Crack his Lotus Bloom. Tap 2 mana, cast Adnos.
All right.
Martin says
Martin's
tap
gonna-
1 mana. What does he have? Does he have another card? What is it? Oh, it's a mana leak.
Mana Leak.
Okay. Noah's gonna be like, cool, do this. Martin says, fine.
Okay. Do we have?
Is it a Dispel? Oh, please. It's a
Is
negate.
this-
Negate the Adnos. Yes, this forces the pack to resolve. Blah! No, please. Oh, my god.
Do we have it? Does
Oh my god, does Martin actually have a third counterspell here? Oh no, Noah's got to be like, oh.
so one thing that Noah could have done?
Yeah,
He could have played around Mana Leak.
by untapping.
By having one more land, because he has a Simian Spirit Guide in hand.
True.
Oh,
Yo!
it's a disaster.
And now he has to pay 10, and he's just going to scoop it up. And that's going to do it for that game. Blue White Ameria with the last card Dispel. Man, Martin Sheeler's really good at having last card good counter magic.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so if
wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, so if I was Noah, I think I'll wait one more turn
Yeah,
and try to find another
land.
mana source.
I agree.
Because
Even the thing is like
even just untap from Peer Through Depths.
yeah, though that was my thought is like if you untap from Peer Through Depths, you have 2 more mana. What do you want here?
Peer Through Depths, just double check. It's like look through 5, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
It's like top 5.
And I think Noah did that on Martin's turn too, right?
Right. Yeah, I think that was.
So was there any reason not to just untap?
I don't think so. I think that he, I mean, you obviously don't expect the blue. You don't expect Ameria to have 3 counter spells that all stop you from going off.
But the Mana Leak, like, because the Mana Leak you could have played around.
You could have paid for the leak. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, yeah, I agree with you. The untap wins the game there. So Noah a little bit careless maybe.
Yeah, I mean, again, these are really narrow lines, and like
Yeah.
90% of the time you will win, right? Because like your opponent needs.
So no, because what happens there is I don't think he would lose the counter war TX Rager because he pays for the mana leak.
Yeah,
and then Martin goes negate and he packs, and Martin goes dispel and he packs,
and then we're done.
Yeah, and then the game's over.
Yeah.
So even if he just had like 1 more land untapped, right? Because he had a Spirit Guide, right? Like you said.
He had a Spirit, so he needed 1 more land or like just to untap the 2. And I think Noah was just like, "Oh, I got this in the bag. There's just no way."
Yeah.
And then just like it ended up mattering in like the narrowest of cases.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, exciting times.
Whew, man, when he fetched that last fetch, I was like, what is he? Oh my god, it's Dispel. So good. Dispel, good card.
Dispel confirmed good card.
Yeah, no, very... Whew, that was intense. Good counter magic fight. Wow. It's very rare that double Pact of Negation in your hand protecting your combo doesn't get there, but this one did.
Super heads up Martin to not jam threats as well.
Yeah, just like, right, I think he realized that, like, oh, you know, he has the mana to go off. He literally just needs to cast Adnos, and if I tap out of any of my blue, or if I tap out of, well, he needed four, he needed 5 mana, and he needed 3 of it to be blue.
Yeah.
And that was like basically all his lands. So.
Yeah, it's just. These are the narrow edges that like sometimes like define games, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like the thought, you know, you don't think about the. You don't necessarily think about.
You don't think like, oh, I could have paid for mana leak, and you have one less counter spell.
Yeah. Oh wow! All right, so game 3. Adnaw's on the play. Let's see what happens here.
All right.
Man, oh man. Some good magic tonight. Some very explosive things have happened. Some very grindy things have happened. But so far, I'm pretty satisfied with the rounds of Modern we've seen so far.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting games.
All right. So Noah looks like he has some lands, a Spirit Guide, a Slaughter Pact, and some Serum Visions. I think he's going to keep... Yep, he'll start off on a Temple of Enlightenment. He'll scry.
Alright, yeah, and Noah's got a Slaughter Pact as well.
I'm not sure I like the Slaughter Pact.
I mean, it can... I mean, like, look at last game, right? Like, think how many turns that could have bought.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Slaughter Pact is also useful if, like... Because Martin, like, very realistically could have, like, either some Canonist, could have...
True. Ooh, wow, Canonist is really good. Is Slaughter Pact kills artifacts, right?
Anything non-black.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was like original tear / go for the throat or
No. All
it's
right.
anything not black.
Yeah,
Okay.
importantly, Noah does not have... draws a Pentad Prism, which is a pretty good draw here.
If he has an untapped land, it's pretty amazing. Like, Pentad Prism is a very powerful accelerant in this deck, but I think he's going to Serum Visions here.
Yep.
Draws the Lightning Storm. Not ideal. Sleight of Hand, Angel's Grace on top. Probably wants at least one of those, right?
I mean, I don't know if he has a second land. If he doesn't have a second...
I think he might have another temple on near side of his hand. Yeah. Ooh, also, CWH Smith pointing out, we don't know it, and I don't think Martin plays it, but he could have Spell Queller.
Uh-huh.
That is a real, like, that seems great. I guess it gets pacted.
Yeah.
It doesn't counter the Adnos. It just so he has a tap Teleria West. Okay.
Okay.
So this does let Martin untap with a potential Spell Snare up for your, or counter magic generally up for your Pentad Prism.
Right. And the Teleria West is included because you can transmute
For
into
a Lotus Bloom?
into Pact.
Which pact?
Negation.
Oh, Pact of Negation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
If we flood out a little bit, you can transmute into a Pact.
Another Serum Visions here for Noah. He'll draw a card. Draws a Lotus Bloom. He'll probably wind up suspending that. Just looking for lands. I think there's a Pact of Negation in the scry. But yeah, at this point, really, you're just like, you need lands. You can't not have them.
Yeah,
and this is where Adnos can sometimes break down a little bit. Is like, this deck just looks like nonsense right now.
Well, because like so Noah effectively has a 5-card hand because
He has Guide Storm.
yeah the guy can have some play to it, but the Storm is just straight a dead draw.
Did you know that Simeon's Spirit Guide is actually a 2/2 that you can use to block Lone Missionaries?
Yes, you can.
Good
Also,
stuff. That's also how you win the Adnos Mirror.
yeah, the Adnos Mirror, truly terrible.
I feel like there are, like, people say some mirrors are truly terrible. I feel like the Adnos Mirror might actually be truly terrible. Maybe the
correct.
Merfolk Mirror. The Lord of Atlantis interaction is a little bit bad.
This I think is worse because this actually is like you have to play Simeon Spirit Guides and hit people with them.
Dude, whoever draws more wins. Like, that's
Yes.
just how it goes.
You're not wrong. You can cast a Lightning Storm to kill some of them.
Dude, you can slaughter back.
I mean, I don't know if he has Slaughter Pact in the main.
How do you ever lose? I've seen him some with main.
Some do have them in the main.
Oh, Pithing Needle, boys. Let's go. Name Lightning Storm. This works.
It could also be naming Lotus Bloom.
I guess he does get to draw his whole deck. So, like, he can probably find enough mana to Echoing Truth. But, like, I don't know.
Oh, looks like Noah did forget his Lotus Bloom trigger.
Sad panda. But Martin has conveniently written Storm on that piece of paper before it got glared out. He puts a die on top of his deck because now he is truly saddened. And he asks, I drew my card, can I do this? And the answer will probably be no, correct?
The answer would be Martin can allow you to do so. So
Martin,
no.
I mean, he doesn't have to. I have, like, you know, Martin is very good natured, though, so sometimes he'll let it happen. Oh, he does it for him. Wow.
Oh, wow.
What a good guy.
I mean, I would have said no.
We know you would have said no, Dan. there's
no question in my mind that I was like, no.
Pentad Prism. Looks like that resolved. Tapped Scry. His Temple of Enlightenment. I think he might have already known what it was.
Oh, he's Serum Vision. Yeah,
he knew. Oh my god, Martin also has a Ruined Halo. Yo. Yo. I hope there's more than one Echoing Truth.
So this might be one of the games where we win from Live Maniac.
Ooh, good point.
This is why we have the Live Maniac.
Yeah, TX Rager says he lets people have it. That's because...
TX Rager is a much nicer person than I am.
I mean, was that ever in question? Although, Dan, if Twitch chat is nicer than you, I'm not sure.
Look. Twitch chat.
Twitch chat are people. Twitch chat are people too. This is true. And we appreciate that the chat actually continues to interact with us. Martin also going to name Storm with this. But what? Is there even a card called Storm? Ooh, wow. This could be some Boy Borgamos stuff right here. No, there's not actually a card called Storm. I regret clicking that link. But it's no doubt Lightning Storm, just with Storm written big for the camera.
Yeah.
There was a controversy at one point about the card Pithing Needle and Boy Borgamos, because there is a Boy Borgamos
in Modern,
and I think it was Bob Wong was on Grishelbrand, and the guy went, "Oh, my. We are in it. Oh my,
this
oh my." Martin just gonna shock, dude. He's putting himself low enough, but yeah. Noah quickly realizing that something unfortunate is happening here. Oh, but this is a Saheeli Rai. Okay. Let's go.
I mean, we only can go up here, right? Like, going down, not great.
So yeah, Saheeli Rai, pretty good card. If you're playing Standard right now, you're either playing, you're playing either vehicles or 4-color.
There's some green-black.
Yes. However,
there's some green-black.
There is not as much green-black as there was. Its meta share has declined.
Correct. Saheeli is very powerful.
Yeah, so Saheeli's very good, Vehicle's very good, but seeing it in Modern here, now, good thing there's a Slaughter Pact in hand for Noah. Ping you. Alright, he's got to take damage here. And Scry 1. Martin thinking about that Scry. Nice. Yeah, no, Saheeli Rai, Scry 1 on the plus, Scry 1 ping, Lotus Bloom, enters battlefield. So there is now a lot of mana. Oh no. Attack you.
So there are a lot of draws in this deck that are truly horrendous.
This is one of them.
And we are finding some of them.
We are playing another Simian Spirit Guide. You know what this does? This puts Martin on a 3-turn clock.
Also, Pentad Prism is now gone.
Yes, but it matters not, Daniel.
So this is actually, no, it's actually kind of important, because Noah doesn't have Black Source. So if he's going to Oh, wow.
If he's going to Slaughter Pact, he loses the game, yeah. He has to crack the list.
He has to crack the list. I mean, Noah can Echoing Truth, the D-Sphere, but, like, that...
Oh, my. Dude, this is, man... I spoke too soon when I said seeing some...
So the problem here is, like, if Martin allows us to resolve and then, like, hitting Needle's Lotus Bloom, Game's over.
True, he just doesn't have that. Untap, pay.
Oh, which is Angler's
Grace.
Grace.
Okay. Okay, I was like really worried that Noah's gonna forget another upkeep trigger. All right, get him in there. Beats. Oh man, Martin definitely took out all his Path to Exiles too. He's at
He
8.
definitely did.
Dude, not like this. Chat, can we get a not like this from Martin, please?
I think he has a Sun Titan in hand.
Oh, Sun Titan's good. Sun Titan get back D-Sphere is even better though.
Oh, that's dirty. Ooh, that's dirty.
I don't know if Noah has Patrician's Scorn unmovable. That's a good point. He could have that card. That card's weird. But we'll
It's
bring it
happened
up.
too. This is not.
It's not Sun Titan. Phantasmal Image copy.
Fantastic. Copy a Spirit Guide.
Not like this. Not like this. Yo. But he can Slaughter Pact this for free, because it'll sacrifice.
Correct. This is a free Slaughter Pact.
Needle doesn't stop Bloom, Dan. It's a mana ability.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, Davian Salkovich. Pithing Needle not good against LED.
Phyrexian
compare.
Revoker then.
Yes.
Phyrexian Revoker will work.
You can Needle Bloom. It's a legal name, but it doesn't stop anything.
Correct.
Same thing with Needle LED.
Needle LED.
Yo, are we about to Lightning Storm the Spirit Guide copy thing? No, we're not. Dude, I honestly think he should Slaughter Pact it.
I think he should Slaughter Pact it too.
Like, Slaughter Pact it.
Or no, I
Oh.
think
Slaughter
Slaughter
Pact
Pact
gets
is
negated,
better.
though. But it still dies.
It still dies.
That's it auto 100 P dies if you target it. Get it.
I think Noah's also thinking about
Lotus Bloom for Lightning Storm.
lightning storming this.
And it doesn't matter. It targets it and it sacrifices itself. Oh my god. Is this really happening? Oh, no. He has a Sun Titan. It's fine. Attack you.
What are you gonna? Yeah.
Go down to. Also, Noah can no longer
Go to
Slaughter
Slaughter.
Pact. Oh, wait a minute. Yo, oh my god, I just had the dirtiest line. Surgical. What are we targeting? Lightning Storm?
Probably.
Pact Negation? I can't tell what he targeted.
It wasn't lightning storm.
Okay, yo. So here's what's gonna happen: this is end of Martin's turn. Right? Is he down to 2 now?
No, it should be the. Yeah, it has to be
paid
that
life.
too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Noah can always just like. Yeah, Noah has an Echoing Truth in hand.
He can. So yeah, what's gonna happen is, so he's gonna get his Pact of Negations are gonna get taken here, and then. So his Pact of Negations are gonna get taken, and that's gonna happen. But
Yes.
then Martin theoretically is gonna be like, Sun Titan, get back D-Sphere. And Noah is going to go end of turn, Echoing Truth, target your D-Sphere. And because Martin is tapped out from the Sun Titan,
Yeah.
then he'll untap, Slaughter Pact the Sun Titan, and win the game.
You're thinking too small. Martin is going to Sun Titan, get back Phantasmal,
Copy Sun Titan.
copy Sun Titan, Saheeli the Sun Titan.
Oh wait, is that it? Is this how the game ends? No, he's just going to get D-Sphere.
He still can Saheeli it, but the Saheeli won't work because of the Slaughter Pact.
So he's going to D-Sphere these. It's going to be fine. If they get D-Sphered, it's fine.
It's
because
fine.
he'll
You're just Echoing Truth
and
in
then
the way.
untap Slaughter Pact, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. Is this... Okay, so copy the Sun Titan.
No. Here I Slaughter Pact in response.
Yeah, I think you packed
There's
it
no
now.
reason for you to because
this?
he's gonna get Phantasmal.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
Definitely.
I guess it still doesn't matter.
No, you definitely Slaughter Pact here, and then Echoing Truth, the D-Sphere, right? And then you win?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude, I don't actually believe you're serious.
Assuming that he has like a water engraving, it's like he certainly does.
does have a water
He does.
engraving.
We
We've
saw
seen
it
it.
play. Yeah, because like Martin's tapped out completely. Once this happens,
He's gonna fetch.
yeah.
Okay. I am stunned, Dan. The Spirit Guide beats getting there?
Wow. So the only way that Noah doesn't win this game is he forgets to pay for this pact.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely
He has to remember to pay for this pact.
get him. Yeah, in response, do this.
All right, and we need the Echoing Truth this turn, or
Agreed.
we don't have haste.
Yes. Martin says go.
Are we echoing truth?
I think he's waiting for Martin to pass the turn. Yes, echoing truth. Target this.
Okay.
Pay for the
Now,
pact.
are we gonna pay for pact?
We did pay for
We
pact.
did it. We did it.
Turn it sideways. That's gonna do it. Noah Smithier on Adnos gets it 2-1 over Martin Sheeler and Blue White Ameria with Spirit Guide beats. Spirit Guide beats are gonna do it. Martin was like, dude, I will win against Lightning Storm. I have Needle. I have Runed Halo. Put Runed Halo on Spirit Guide. No, he didn't even see him at that point. This is, wow. I am like, okay, so we do see a Patrician Scorn. But just like, yo.
Hilarious.
Yo.
Hilarious. Alright, we're gonna see if we can grab the last match here. But...
That is insane. Just like, never give up. Noah just battling through so much nonsense. Oh my god, Martin just like didn't draw any of his creatures. Like, what is happening? Wow. I will honestly say that is the first time I have seen Spirit Guide Beats win, and I'm shocked that they're doing it against a deck that's known for playing little annoying creatures. It's bizarre. Just utterly bizarre. Oh my god. What a game. Well navigated by Noah. Like, fantastic. But also, what on earth was that? Wow. Yeah, I'm really just struggling for words here. I'm going to cover that by busily recalibrating the overlay for future players and matches. That was... Spirit Guide Beats getting there against Ameria is not what I expected to see tonight. We do have players coming in, though, with decks and life totals, and I think Vincent is back on stream, because he's playing Jeskai. Which means that it's probably run long for him. So, left player is Vincent, and he's on Jeskai Control. And right player is... Dan has the pairing sheet, so I don't know. But he's on cards. And it looks like they're sideboarding, so like game 1 might have ended. Oh, it's James Lauerman. That's right. Okay. So he's on Tron of some sort. So it's James Lauerman versus Vincent, right, Dan?
Correct.
Okay, and do we know what color of Tron James plays right now? Is it black?
It has green in it.
Well, okay. Color me surprised.
Past that, not clear.
Okay, so it's green something Tron. Gonna get and what game is it? Is it game 2?
This is game 3.
This is game 3. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know him, Vince has an inexplicably good record against Tron. I'm not saying with Jeskai. Like, I'm not saying he wins every game, but Vincent wins a lot of Tron games that, like, I don't understand. It's just like...
It may have something to do with the 4 tech edges.
This is true. The multiple tech edge pretty bad for Tron sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, like, the tech edges, like, sometimes are a little bit embarrassing. Like, they had 3 lands and they play a card, and I was like, wow, this tech edge was never going to do anything.
Yeah, but, like, you win some, you lose some, right? Okay, so yeah, gonna shuffle up here for game 3. Yeah. Easily Tames in the chat here saying there were safer lines for Martin to take. He didn't have to play the Sun Titan. He had another D-Sphere in hand that he could have played with Negate backup. This is true. So, yeah, I mean, there were probably safer lines for Martin to take. I just, like, that sequence was very, like, again, that's the small line. It's just like how, sort of like how Noah lost game 2 because he didn't untap because he thought he could do it. Martin also... Similarly, same problem.
Because, like, think of like what you would have to lose to exactly, right? You're probably not gonna lose to Adnos combo, right? They have to have exactly, like if you tap out for Sun Titan, you will lose now to Lab Maniac. Oh no, there's not enough mana for this. Like so you can't lose to the Adnos any aspect of that.
You're only gonna lose to Spirit Guide Beats. How do you lose to Spirit Guide Beats? Your D-Sphere gets Echoing Truth. How does your D-Sphere get Echoing Truth? You don't have Negate up.
Yeah, but also not just you lose.
You have to have the Slaughter Pact too.
Yeah, it has to also be Slaughter Pact because
actually I don't think he was at 2. So
Right.
there's
He has 2 blockers. He's going to Sahili the Sun Titan, get back a Phantasmal Image, now you have 2 Sun Titans.
that copy. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. So no, yeah.
And the third one that gets the attack.
Right. Yeah,
But-
that's fair. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, so-
it gets back a land as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. I the fact that he would have 2 blockers is I forgot about that. Yeah, it's you lose to Echoing Truth
And
Slaughterpact.
removal.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is like a pretty narrow, all things considered.
Yeah, it is pretty narrow. I'm not like yeah, you're not. That's certainly you're not just like, oh yeah, this is definitely like how I'm gonna lose, but yeah. So players ready to go here, and I don't know who's on the play. Do you know who won game 3?
I believe Vincent won game 2.
Okay, so James will be on the play.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Jeskai game 1 probably not the best.
Right.
So looking at the hand here, looks like we're on green black Tron for James.
Okay.
I see a brutality. He will mulligan. Vincent will also mulligan though, so both players sad to mulligan, pretty okay with seeing their opponent mulligan.
Yeah. The
Tron better at mulliganing.
Yeah, the Tron like. Yes, there are a lot of non-functional hands in Tron, but like the mulligans don't hurt as much when like you really only need 3 cards to get there.
Yeah, this is true. We've seen some absurd Tron luck on this stream, like Mull to 5 or Ugin on turn 4 sort of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it was worse than that. It was a Mull to 4, wasn't it? It was
There
Mull
were
to 4.
no,
no
I'm
land.
thinking of 2 different ones.
Oh,
I'm thinking,
sure.
so like there was the one, there was one where she mulled to 4 and didn't have any lands, but there was also one where O'Malley played mull to 5 turn 4 Ugin.
Yeah. It's pretty good as well.
Garrick the Slayer. I don't think Vince plays Crumble to Dust. I talked to him earlier today. He said that his list does not contain cards that were printed after 2014.
Ah.
And I'm actually 100% serious. There's not a single one. Like,
I mean, there have been a lot of good cards printed,
like what?
like Fatal Push.
In Jeskai.
I mean, I'm making an argument for why you shouldn't play Jeskai.
You're a poet, Dan. Oh my god.
All right, as both players get us right to the bottom here. James,
Start off with a mine into a star.
Start. Okay. Looks like James has a power plant in hand as well.
Okay. Makes me wonder why it wasn't the map.
Does he have a map?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
He does. See? Crack star. Make green mana. Draw a card. Ancient Stirrings? Duress.
Duress.
Ooh,
Ooh.
make black mana. Well, that's new.
that's new and exciting.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, Vincent can't be thrilled about this, but unless he has a Spell Pierce, this is going to happen.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, Vince does not play Spell Pierce in this deck.
Mana Tithe?
If Vince played a Mana Tithe, I would maybe just be the most shocked person.
Fetch Shock it to Bolt is...
Yeah. Has a Remand, has a Snapcaster, has a Cryptic.
Okay.
Definitely you're taking the Remand if you're James. Like, it's not even close, because you're going to get to do things. before
Yeah,
it
I'm a
catches that
little
line.
surprised that Vincent made this line. This
Oh, wait, he takes the Cryptic, though. I guess that's fair.
Okay.
It's the actual hard counter.
Right. This... The line that Vincent just took suggests that he's going to play a turn 2 Ambush Viper.
I mean, against Tron, quite frequently you do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's... and that's a star. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the other egg. Vincent plays a second land and says go. Back over to James. He'll untap and draw a card.
Are we sure he has a map in hand?
I'm like 80% that he has
James might want to play the map with, like, play map, crack map,
Yeah.
to get a not.
Oh, I think he drew the Stirrings off of the thing, but the Stirrings does get remanded, leaving James without a green source.
Alright, and now we run out the map, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Vincent will draw.
Crucially missing the third land drop, which is pretty backbreaking.
Who, James?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vincent will shock here.
Alright, this telegraphing snap bolt.
Yeah, and the thing is here, if James doesn't draw tower and just play a fatty, ooh, yeah, okay. Wow, this is quite good. Well, but it's double Karn. But here's the thing, if Vincent draws a land, no, James doesn't have to crack the map while Vincent has a Johnny up. But if James plays, no, he's gonna get to resolve a Karn, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens here.
Well, no, yeah, James can play the Blooming Marsh and Ancient Stirrings instead,
Sure.
and then crack map and
End of turn.
End of turn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Vincent, thinking about it, probably just says take the Stirrings here. I don't know what Vince is going to take. It's so hard to beat double Karn in this spot.
Yeah. So importantly, if Vincent is going to have Snap Remand next turn,
True.
which is going to be quite powerful.
Snap Remand is actually really good because what'll happen is if he has the... I don't know if Vincent has a 4th land. If he gets the 4th land, he gets to Snap Remand the Karn, and then he'll get to untap play a Johnny plus it on the tower. But James draws the tower, so...
So they just...
He drew the tower off the click.
Oh,
No!
Tilt!
Send assistance.
tilt!
Oh, but he just passes?
Wait,
Is that a tower? Wait, no, he has double mine. He has double mine.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So this makes much more sense.
Okay, Vincent sadly has a Colonnade as his 4th land, which is really bad for him right now.
Oh man, the Snap Remand would be so important.
We'll see what James decides to do. If he minuses the Karn, you're still gonna Snap Bolt to take it out, and then you have then you untap and play. If he takes a land, then you have to draw a land, but you're trying to get to a Johnny here to tap the tower.
But the tap in the tower won't matter, right? Because
Oh,
we'll have a Blooming Marsh. Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be
will.
tapped. It does matter actually.
Yeah.
Draw is a World Breaker.
Well,
There's no green though.
There's no green, so
I get to play Karn. You get to play Karn. Seems fine. Yikes. Minus on something? Plus on something. Vincent exiles a Stony Silence. Okay, I like the
Okay.
plus first because the Bolt is quite good. Snapcaster, Bolt.
I think it
James.
has to be face.
Yeah, James will go to 11.
All right, and he's gonna fall to 6 here.
And then gets helixed by the Ajani.
Is there an Ajani, or is this a
No,
hypothetical?
Vincent has an Ajani in his hand.
Oh, okay.
Goes to 6. Vincent could just steal this game with a burn spell or two. This is what I'm talking about with Vincent winning games
I
he's
think
not supposed
James
to win.
might have had to kill the click, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a huge fan.
Because then that also saves 3 points of life.
Yeah.
Because you have to kill the Karn.
Right, agreed. Yeah, it puts you in a much better spot because you just have a follow-up Karn. Yo, Vincent playing this and plussing on the tower is really good. But maybe you just minus because then you put into 3. Yeah, Ajani. And the question is here is minus or plus. And I kind of like the minus. I like the minus because then he's forced to minus on the click. Right?
So if you plus on a land, James
Yeah, he's
doesn't.
minusing. Yeah.
Okay.
Helix face.
So
James
James
goes
now
to
dead,
3.
now dead to bolt.
Dead to attack by click. That's
Yeah.
the thing for James. Vincent at 18. Pass to James. James needs a green source. You can play World Breaker. It has reach.
Untap green source.
Oh, yeah.
A star is also good.
Map.
Is map? Does he have
Map
enough
can
mana
get
for
forest. Yeah. Oh yeah, he can play crack map, get green source, play World Breaker exactly.
Play World Breaker, blow up.
Kill the Ajani.
Uh,
Then Vincent can only put him to 1.
I would blow up a land, and then Karn a click.
Sure, I guess you can Karn again. the next
Alternatively, you could take the more aggressive line and trying to ult the
Karn?
Karn.
I mean, if you plus the Karn, and yeah, I don't know. This is really hard. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Again,
So-
Vincent not in the minus on the click.
Okay.
So exile that under the Karn. Okay, so now James can just get World Breaker though, and I think he's in a fine spot, unless Vincent draws like literal 1 burn spell. And that's
So
not
James is
choice.
thinking of playing a second Karn.
Second Karn minus take something else. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this as much as the World Breaker. This puts him to 1. It puts him dead to Electrolyze.
Yes. Oh well, no. The second Karn would probably exile the Snapcaster.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure,
But I said this line feels really anemic.
agree. Next turn he gets to play World Breaker though.
It's true.
So here we go.
Okay.
Untap. I mean, Vincent Bolt wins a game. Oh my God, it's Lightning Helix.
He's also getting pretty close to if he goes run around a land.
Sure. I just don't
Colonnade's
know
good.
how
Oh well,
likely that is.
Colonnade one.
Ooh, I like this play. I'm not sure how much it's going to matter.
I don't think it matters. James still has the same World Breaker.
James has to minus the Karn, though. He does have to minus on the Ajani, or he does just die.
Yes. So this line is a little. Ooh.
Oh wow.
Is it good?
I think it's good.
Is it World Breaker?
Take the World Breaker. I think.
You have to take the World Breaker, right?
Yeah.
What's the card on the bottom?
It's Nature's Claim. James doesn't have an untapped. If James draws an untapped green source, so he can. The thing is,
He can claim the map.
he can claim the map and then, and then like go back up to 7, right?
I think you have to take the World Breaker.
I think you
lose
have
to
to
the
take
World Breaker right now.
You take the World Breaker, not close.
But I think the line last turn needed to be different. I think the
I
last
agree.
turn couldn't be double Karn. Last turn had to be map get.
Forest.
Yeah, so you tap the tower for
Just the whole map, both parts.
yeah you tap
And then you play the forest.
and that's your
7.
7. Yeah, assuming there's a forest in this deck, which there
There
almost
has to
certainly
be.
is. Yeah, so Vincent gets brutalized by Ugin.
Yeah, dude, but doesn't everyone?
Doesn't look like James drew an
Who
drew an Ulamog.
He's short. He's short by 1.
Oh, he is short by 1.
It's 3, 6, 9.
Towers map is neutral.
Yeah, map is not positive mana here. So now you have to go map for forest claim. Yes. This happens.
Yeah, there's nothing to claim.
Oh, what? Oh. Oh, no.
Oh no, the map was in play already.
Yeah.
This is exactly enough.
Oh, no. Oh, no. But wait. Okay, so here you cannot forget to Karn minus. You have to get the Colonnade with this. Oh, my God. Vincent still has Bolt as an out. Oh,
Yes.
Wait, no. Oh, you have to Karn minus on the You have to Karn minus on the
You
Colonnade.
have to Karn the Colonnade.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So
Bolt.
Vincent has 2 draws at this.
No.
No, but not dead.
wait,
not
but
dead.
wait, we're not done
dead.
yet.
We're not dead.
He says go. Untap from James.
We're not
Oh
dead.
my God, Vincent was so close, and then the Ulamog just happened. Attack you. We're
Alright.
in turns.
This is
3,
20.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, maybe I'm off by
Yeah, we're
one.
off by 1, yeah.
All right, look
Look through them. I don't see
No,
bolts
no
in
bolts
there.
in there.
Oh my God! Cryptic is live. Cryptic taps him down. He has enough lands.
Uh-huh.
Give it to me. He says,
Okay, we're not dead.
It's not over yet.
It's clearly not over.
We're going to go to turn 3 on Vincent's turn. Does he have the out? Does he have the slow roll? He's at 8.
He's at 8. Yes.
He's checking to see if he can take another hit.
It's 20, right?
Yeah.
I think he could take another hit.
I think he can too. Oh my God. Says go.
All right, it's got to be a cryptic, right? That has to be the draw. That's the only card that makes sense.
Or he's just going to get hit again.
It could have been Path to Exile as well.
Sure.
Did he draw the path? No, Snapcaster
To block.
to block. Target remand. Alright. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yo, this game is a draw anyways.
16, 17, 18.
Bolt. I didn't see the last bolts. They might not be in the deck. I don't know. Block. We're gonna go to turn 5 now, and Vincent is gonna draw the game. James is turn 4.
No, Vince is just going to draw a bolt here.
It doesn't necessarily have to be Bolt.
Or Helix. Or Johnny.
Untap, top, flip, rip. I don't think he did it. This is turn 5
I
though.
don't think he did it.
I mean he can draw here. Wait,
That's a red card. That's a red card.
he says go? Wait, what's the last card? Oh no, but James has the claim. James has claim for the,
Oh,
for the star. James goes to 4 to put an artifact in play. But that's turn 5. It's over.
All right, so now we're gonna see if Vincent
I
scoops.
don't know.
I don't know what he can do with 1 card left in his library.
That's it. There has to be a judge. Vincent's gonna scoop it up.
All right, this might be a draw. This might be a
It's
decision.
unclear. We might be able to read the match slip. It's a little bit bright.
Well, we'll be able to tell based on where they.
God. Based on where they mark, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Wow. What a game.
Wow, we thought Vince had it too. Sherwin's like, give me the match slip. Okay, Vincent concedes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I respect the concession.
I respect it too.
He could have drawn 2-1-1 is better than 2-2 if Vincent were to lose the last round. But making the I think pretty sportsmanlike concession there.
Yeah, especially like at a tournament like this, like it's
the thing is like I think one of the things about playing at this level is right, like if you don't concede here and the discussion gets a little bit acrimonious, right? You come to the shop every week and you see this person, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you want to be friendly with them, like you don't want to just like
It's just like it's very clear that there is no coming back. Like you have 2 cards left in your library.
Can I see that pairing sheet?
Yeah.
So on at 2-0 tonight.
3-0.
These are the pairings for round. So like green black Tron is 3-0.
The green black Tron is.
There was the deck we saw earlier, the Beck and Call deck, was 2-0 going into this round. The Elves deck was 2-0. The Eldrazi deck was there's an Eldrazi deck that's a 2-0.
We just saw
Adnaz was 2-0, so they're 3-0 now.
And
this is
just those 4 matches.
Yeah. Okay. So wow, that was nutty. We should be getting pairings any second. Like that was turns, and like when the judge is like throwing the match slip at you, it's
a good indication that you're the last match.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll wait for pairings here. I'll do some resetting on the overlays just so that we can start the next game with just placeholder stuff. Dan's going to step out of the booth for just a moment and tend to some things. That was so insanely close. I didn't even see that the star was in play, but then, and like we saw the bolt, like, why didn't he cast it? But then the claim, heartbreaker loss for Vince. It's like, I ripped this in the face of an Ulamog and I didn't die and stuff, but then he died anyways. Okay, so pairings for the 3rd round have arrived. 4th round, thank you. Oh yeah, no, it would not be. Okay, so the 2-3-0 pairings are Adnos versus Eldrazi, and and Tron, which we just saw, versus a deck that I'm not sure on what the person is playing. So those are those, and then we can see if we have other stuff hanging out in the other parts of the bracket. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So yeah, Dan and I are just looking at the pairings at the moment. Mm-hmm. So the 3-0s are it's Adnos, Eldrazi, and Tron versus an unknown. So see what's on. Make a call. Okay. Yeah. So I'll keep resetting the overlays while Dan grabs the pairings. But yeah, that was something. Just wow. The tension in the room, my goodness. All right, yeah. So heard the judge call the pairings. Their pairings are scrolling. So Dan is going to go out. Hopefully get a match. And we should be good. But in the meantime, I gotta change around number 2. Alright, so we'll go to 404 here. And sitting down, it looks like we are gonna see James again? Yes. Okay, yeah. So on the left, we are going to have James Lauerman, who we just saw close out Vincent Adinolfi. on green black Tron, and on the right, we are going to have. I believe it's Vincent Giacolone, but I will make sure. Yeah, okay. Vincent Giacolone. Okay, so James Lowerman versus Vincent Giacolone.
Yes.
And do you know what Vincent's playing?
I believe it's Bant Retreat.
Oh, yes, we've seen him play this before. Okay.
Yes.
This is an interesting matchup. I would have to say probably, like, we saw him play O'Malley, right, on Tron before.
Mm-hmm.
Does not tend to favor the Bant player.
I would agree with that sentiment, yes.
All right. So we are going to get into it. We'll put 50-ish minutes on the clock. 4th round here at MTGCardMarket, Wednesday Night Modern. Thanks for sticking with us, everyone. It's been a good night so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, Bant Retreat is using is a Knight of the Reliquary deck that combos off sort of like, it's not an infinite combo, but it's a lot of damage. So you have Knight of the Reliquary, then you sacrifice a bunch of lands and stuff.
I feel like we should figure out whether or not it's actually lethal. It's not, right? Like, you can get pretty much every land. It actually probably is, right?
I think it's like,
you can get almost every land in your deck.
I think you can
You only
get,
need 18.
Yeah, you only need 18 in the yard. Plus, you can get if you have dorks and stuff, you can get a Kessig.
And Keswick for like a couple extra points, yeah.
You can float mana.
Right. You can, if you shock a lot, you can.
Yeah, but like you're
you can
killing
go up
them,
a
so
minute.
it's fine.
Right.
And then you just like have no lands left and get blown up by Path to Exile. But
But then you're just drawing gas, right? Which is not the worst thing in the world.
yeah, but you sacked all your lands.
I mean, you get left with like whatever's left, right?
You get left with like a Kessig Wolf Run and like
And
Ghost
Manodorks.
Quarters.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. What could possibly go wrong?
Rest in peace, Pyroclasm.
Look, I'm not saying that it's unbeatable.
Exalted too. Benjamin Barry's got that. Got that young tech.
There you go.
All right.
We can-
So I think I missed the roll, but should see. Yeah. So, but basically, this deck is sometimes just a little bit slow against Tron.
So the problem is like, the problem with any deck not playing powerful 1 or 2 drops is that you just don't have a clock.
Yeah,
And when I say
GG,
powerful 2 drop, I
Karn
really
is
just
real.
mean Goyf.
True. I mean, if you're like Burn, decent matchup. Infect used to be pretty good, but then that deck fell off the face of the earth. Goyf is a good clock. Like if you have enough disruption with.
If you go like turn 1 Inquisition into Goyf, you can do a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly sometimes you're still just gonna get destroyed.
Yeah,
but
like if they still have turn 3 Karn, it's still pretty rough, but like.
Yeah, you can definitely like.
We can do things.
You have tools to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can also use fetches to untap your dorks.
Yeah.
You get extra triggers.
Sure.
So, like, you can make some decent Kessig manas.
Right.
So, yeah.
The fetches give you 2 untapped triggers on your knight. So
Retreat to Coral Home is pretty good, guys. And by pretty good, I mean it's very medium, except when you go off with it. Like,
Yeah.
I think that the problem is if you draw the retreat. I mean, so to be fair, Retreat to Coral Helm on its own, significantly better than Splinter Twin on its own.
Yes, at the very least, at least you get the scry. At least you can
Filter
double
to
scry.
your knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So Misty Start, Noble Hierarch, going to be the play here. I'd imagine this will be a shock to 17. But
So, best possible start for Vincent. Second best possible start for Tron. I think, turn 1 map is just better.
Turn 1 map, I think, is better.
Yeah.
But I also don't know how to play Tron, so correct me, Tron players.
All right.
Tower here, green floating, Sylvan scrying. Cool, we're going to play Karn on turn 3.
Okay, so this is probably the best possible draw. I mean, this is effectively the same as the
Yeah.
best possible. You have turn 3 Tron guaranteed.
Yep.
which is the same as
And you get to
turn one
Karn them. It's really exciting, actually. You're just like, is this how Tron? Like, I don't really have any experience playing Tron competitively. But like, is this what like Tron players just feel like are you still excited after like hundreds of games on Tron? To be like, I get to Karn you on turn 3, and it's like happy noises, or is it just like Karn, take your thing?
Yeah, but like what you don't think about a lot of times is like, what if Vincent played turn 1 Glistener off and like, oh, you're just dead, or
Goblin Guide or something.
yeah.
Fetch off of this Windswept Heath.
Or the non-functional Tron hands, right? Where you keep like a 2-lander but no grain, and all of a sudden your hand is like 2 Karns, an Ulamog, and a Ugin, and it's just like, wow, this is like so completely uncastable.
That Knight of the Reliquary does attack as a 5/5, but Karn also exiles 5/5s pretty well.
Do we have a Karn though?
Uh-huh.
We always Karn.
I don't know if they've ever not had Karn.
So one thing that James did not play around is if Vincent untaps and goes Noble Hierarch, the Karn will die.
Yes, Dan, it will. I'm going to say that I don't think that will happen. Oh, and he drew a retreat too. No, it's a Gabney. I lied. Oops.
Okay, well,
I mean, I definitely think you attack the Karn here. Unless you're playing something in that mana.
yeah, I mean, having 4 mana means that you can like Coco, which is nice.
Not, we're just going to play Kasali Primate. 2
Okay.
instances.
No. We were close.
2 triggers. Karn goes to 1.
Yeah.
Does go up to 5, though, so...
The fact that it's +4 is a little silly.
And by a little, you mean horrendous.
Yeah, so I mean now James has, like, I mean he doesn't have grain, which is sometimes a bottleneck.
But he also has a Planeswalker.
It's true.
Man, and to think, they even printed Karn before the Planeswalkers started getting considered absurd. Plus, you exile a card from your hand. Is that a Tameo Field Researcher?
I believe it is.
Nice. That does actual nothing, but that's okay.
I draws you 2 cards.
That's true. No, the Noble Hierarch won't do damage.
Oh, correct. Worm Coil, pretty good. Worm Coil, pretty good.
So Path the Worm Coil?
But see, so the fact that James played a Worm Coil here suggests his hand doesn't have much else, because he did have a mana floating, so he doesn't have a map, star, or sphere. He doesn't.
Yes. But if there's not a path from Vincent, there's no way he's winning this game.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
He can't even race the Karn effectively. Even if he has a path, the Karn still pluses 1.
So what? I think Vince's best line here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he did have another Hierarch.
Yeah.
Selfless Spirit.
No, I think Vincent's
no.
best line there was, like, attune into Confiscation Coup. Attune for Island and Confiscation Coup to Worm Coil.
Attune. Ooh, wow, that's pretty exciting. Scavenging Ooze is going to get exiled to this Karn, which is on 9 now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to get hit for 5 by the Selfless Spirit, but
like...
but
like, how do you beat a Worm Coil? I guess, like, okay, look, if he draws Path, this game is very on. Also, that's so much mana. That's 10 mana, casually.
Okay.
You didn't think his hand had stuff in it. I'm here to inform you that may not have been the case. He says go. Yeah, just holding the Worm Coil back. But the Selfless Spirit attacks for a lot.
Yeah, Selfless attacks for 5.
That's
I'm a little surprised to see that not attack.
Agreed.
Because Vincent didn't have any mana up, so he wasn't gonna like Coco into like Double Knight and just kill you.
Yeah, that's true. Double Knight off Coco is the dream, right?
Mm-hmm. It's just so much power. The other Reliquary, I think, is the highest upside for what you can hit off of Coco.
Oh yeah, not close.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess like
have we just like been bad at Magic and failed to realize that this Kasali Pride Mage kills the Worm Coil? I think that's a thing that we did.
Oh yeah, man, we're really terrible at Magic.
Wow, dude, maybe we should just not play anymore. Oh, wait, we're not playing anymore, and it's still this bad.
I
Okay.
mean, so then that incentivizes James to just make the attack. Then.
I agree, because then you get a point of damage off of the.
Yeah.
Like the Karn is actually like dying now.
I mean, it will go down eventually. It's gonna fall to 4 and go back to 8.
It's fine, dude. Just you get to it's totally okay.
I mean, James can even take the line of like, exile selfless.
sure. Crack the map.
Find the sanctum.
Yeah. Do you think? I feel like if I played Tron, I would sing like the Dora Explorer map song every time I cracked a map. Like, I feel like that would be unavoidable.
I mean, your opponents would be very frustrated with you.
I mean, I wouldn't sing the whole thing. I'd just be, crack map, and then I'm the map, blah, 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 whatever. Like,
Also, a fair number of people wouldn't be aware of what the song was, and they just look at you. It's like, what
I guess
what
I'd
are you
have to
doing?
be playing against someone who's, like, under, like, 25, 26, maybe. older.
So Vincent currently has Activate Gavany, and all of a sudden, like,
His board's pretty big.
his board is pretty big.
Yeah, I do like big boards against
Cannot
Tron.
lie?
Yes. Oh man, I'm so sorry, chat. Minus. Ooh.
All right, what are we going after? We're going after the
Get
Selfless
it.
Spirit. All right, well, we're gonna sack
Second
this.
response. Oh no, the O Stone. Not this turn, but next turn. Also, 6. James makes so much mana. Oh, he has another Karn.
Okay.
It's fine. He's gonna crack the Sanctum and probably get an Ulamog.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you lose. Or this is how Tron wins, I guess. Do you lose or does Tron win? Or is it both?
I think you just lose.
Yeah. Yeah, so gonna put the new die on that Karn and be like, what do we take next?
It looks like we're gonna
He's
go
gonna plus, yeah.
Why not?
Coco?
Play
Spellcaller.
Spellcaller.
It's
Okay.
not a Tameo. Okay, I'm much more
Spellcaller
satisfied.
is, again, attacking for 5.
Good point. However,
Uh,
Ulamog exists. And James is also sitting at a comfortable 20 life.
Alright, so what's a good draw here? Coco is a good draw.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much just that.
Yep, Coco. That's a
I'm
good trick.
still a little surprised James is not attacking with this Worm Coil.
I agree, like, make him blow the Pride Mage on it, and it just takes... Okay.
Okay.
That is a 6 power, so he just takes the 6 die right away. Woo!
Ooh, okay, we're making progress on this.
Yeah, TX Ranger, maybe he should have gone face the whole time, he says. James would be at like 4, but he has a Worm Coil, but then you just Pride Mage it and you damage. That's actually, I don't hate that line, and I'd be interested in seeing.
So the problem is if you went face,
Yeah.
Karn would ult here.
Yeah, that I guess. that is the
Karn would have
problem.
ulted, and then now we're in bad shape against that.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. So James has a Ulamog in hand that I
I
believe
feel
is
like
castable.
you should just cast the Ulamog, right? He has 10 mana.
Uh-huh.
He has 6 plus 4 makes 10.
Yeah, I would.
Karn to 8.
He might Karn himself.
No, I wouldn't Karn yourself here. I guess there's. Yeah, I think you just. Okay, so yeah, crack this, blow that up, zap, get 2 tokens.
Yep. And then I think if I played Ulamog, I'm hitting the Spellcaller and the Township.
Yo, James with the tokens too.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
love it.
assuming we have the mana for this.
It's tower Tron lands.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so there are 2 towers. Yes. Okay.
get him. Hit the Queller, hit the Township.
Yeah, hit Queller, help Township. This game is over.
Probably. Yeah, I don't see Vincent having good comeback from this. Just like there's so like Ulamog is so good. The fact that Ulamog gives you a way to win through infinite life as well as the Karn giving you a way to like restart the game
Right.
is just like kind of insane.
Well, because before Ulamog, you just had to like restart the game with Karn.
Yeah.
And I mean, admittedly, it could get out of hand. Your opponent's at infinite life. That's sure. I have like 8 things under Karn.
Yeah, like I have stuff on I like plus on myself and put Emrakul under Karn.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing.
And that's usually pretty good when you start with a turn 0 Emrakul.
I've been told that starting with Emrakul the Aeon's Torn in play generally leads to winning games.
Look, it's pretty good. It gets an attack on the first turn too.
They don't have to sacrifice anything.
It's true.
You don't even get an extra turn.
You do not.
Bad card confirmed. All right. So, gonna put another Tron land in. 12 mana now. Big yikes.
Yeah.
Gonna filter some of it. With this sphere here. Plus Karn, target you. Oh.
Here's a Coco.
Okay. Well, Reflector Mage does it pretty nicely. We've seen this. We've seen this Reflector Mage play before. When he Reflector Mage the Emrakul off of a Tooth and Nail.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, that's a gold card. Please be Reflector Mage.
But, like, is that even good? Like...
I mean, no.
They're gonna play the Ulamog next turn.
Click. Sure. So there's going to be a click trigger.
Uh-huh.
Not sure that the click is early enough.
No, the click would have been better a while ago.
Yeah. And he's thinking about the other pick. And Voice of Resurgence.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Voice of Resurgence, the token from it can get out of hand.
Probably taking the O-Stone, and it's not even a close decision. Because otherwise, he will just play and crack O-Stone.
Why would we crack the O-Stone, though?
Because you have an indestructible Ulamog, and your opponent has literal nothing once you crack it?
Let me just check the wording on O-Stone here.
Why?
Isn't it sacrifice all?
Nope, destroy.
Oh, well, if it's destroy, that's pretty good.
Yeah, dog.
Right, it's a sacrifice also. Yeah.
All his dust is a sacrifice.
So I'm still surprised that Vincent is actually exiling 20. I think this is where I would scoop.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Vincent's
According
out
to
is.
Path the Ulamog, Path both tokens, Hero's Downfall the Karn, Armageddon you.
Right, because if Vincent had
Restore balance.
no, so if Vincent had Ninth Reliquary in play, oh no, but
It's exile.
he lost too many lands. He
Yeah.
wouldn't even be able to combo kill here.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Put the voice in front of that. Make a voice token. Dan, you have a
Yeah.
track record.
You know, Davian, you're not wrong. I think I have actually said that every time I've seen Tron play. And I was just like, yeah, Sicardo's good against us, right? It's like, no, it is not.
Sigarda is quite not good. It
Nah.
doesn't get exiled by Ulamog when they cast it.
Yes,
it's
but yeah.
It's also great versus all its dust.
That is what is good against all its dust. Also great against Lilial.
I feel like yes, it's excellent. Of course, it's excellent against Lilial.
Also, excellent against Emrakul Annihilator trigger.
Sure.
And then you
This
can
click, by the way, does attack for 6. It's so much.
It is a lot.
But how do you, like, if you don't have a path for this Ulamog, like, you don't win. So...
No, and James is being extremely conservative with his worms.
I agree.
Like...
Target you.
Oh, has the path
we're in
next,
it. We're in it, dude. Oh, counterspell? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I just, like, don't see Vincent winning this. It's like, he's a 6-power click, but, like, I guess you just have to keep battling. But, like, I think James has, like, other Karns. So, like, just minus on the click.
Yeah, so James has another Karn in hand. Right, we saw that from the V-click.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, I didn't actually pay as close attention as I should.
Yeah,
to
it was
that window.
O-Stone card and then like a third card.
Okay. I would attack with the Death Touch Worm here, maybe. Maybe not, actually. You kind of need the blocker. Play map. Probably get Sanctum with that. I don't know if he has more than one Sanctum, but if he does, I'd play another Karn. So now maybe you just play another Karn and minus it on this click. Oh, and he is attacking with the Death Touch Worm.
Yeah, so I mean, we can just do this next turn though, right?
So Vincent will take 3. So wait, does he was 14. Does Vincent have a line of untap? I guess the most he attacks for is actually quite a bit, but he can like Pride Mage down the lifelink worm and then hit for.
Wait for the Exalted trigger, so that it's +3, and then it'll be
The voice.
7. It'll be 7 power.
So the voice will get plus 3 exalted triggers, and it'll be a 4. Yeah, you're right. It'll be a 7 power attack. I just don't know if that's enough.
So if Vincent draws like Coco here, he can kill the card.
Yeah, only for James to play another one.
Yes.
Vincent fighting through this is pretty impressive, I have to say.
Yeah.
Like, he's not out of it. Like, he definitely, like, could have conceded, and I might concede to, like, an Ugin here. But, like, I definitely think, he's in a fine spot.
Yeah.
Like, or not a fine spot. He's in a bad spot, but, like, it's not bad enough that he's conceding.
Right. And I think James could have taken a much more aggressive line earlier in the game.
Sure.
He missed several, like,
Worm coil
swings that, like, might not have mattered. Normally don't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you've already got the game locked up so heavily.
Yeah.
But, like, we're giving Vincent a lot of draws out of this. And, like, Vincent has to get lucky here, right? But if he draws, like, running Cocos and James just whiffs multiple times, James loses.
Yes.
Like,
James also has a lot of Karns.
But, like, Karn doesn't matter.
I think he just attacked James, so now, yeah, he's realized that this is put you to 14, go. I mean, the click is going to get exiled here.
Presumably, so, yeah. James doing the miracle check.
Oh, dude, what if he had, like, Revenge of the Hunted in there, and then he cast on his Worm token, gained a bunch of life?
Pretty good.
I can't believe I just said that with a straight face.
Like, he also has a sphere in play. He could have
Terminus?
Sphere to ride.
Terminus?
Bonfire. It'd be a very big bonfire.
Yo, that'd be the sickest bonfire of all time. Miracle trigger on the stack. Make red. Casually like 12U. Oh, wow. He's just going to fatal push the click off of the sphere. Ooh, that's so good, actually. That's a great interaction. You sacrifice the sphere to get the mana, and you automatically have your revolt turned on. Oh yeah. And then he's going to exile the voice token.
Okay.
And lo, Hope left that day and departed. This is like the part when they open Pandora's box and Hope is like, nah, I'm not coming out. But it actually comes out in the story, but it's not going to come out in this one.
So I'm a little surprised he's attacking with the Death Touch one, because the Kusali Pride Mage will attack through the lifelinker.
This is true. Yeah. James is at 14. The Kasali Pride Mage attacks for 5.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a way to remove the lifelinker, he is at 9. He's still too slow. He needs more Cocos.
Right.
I think he also just hit a Sanctum, which means that he will be able to... oh, that's a Blooming Marshallite. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he only plays one Sanctum. I'm not sure. I feel like his map would have gone for another Sanctum by now.
Yeah, I'm a little...
This is crazy that this game has gone on so long, though.
Yeah, I'm a little curious as to why James hasn't cracked this map yet.
5.
Right, and this is why I like leaving the Death Toucher back and attacking with the Lifelinker.
Agree.
Because if you attack with Lifelinker, you guarantee your life. It can trade with anything. The Death Toucher will trade with like any of this nonsense. And, it just gets better from there.
Absolutely.
All right, James takes 5, falls to 9. All right, now like we're in the danger zone now.
2 mana, another voice. Yes, I believe I hear the Danger Zone music play.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, the one from Top Gun. It's a good song.
All right, draws a star.
Man, James is just like, can I just like draw an Ugin, please? Because I feel like Ugin is kind of lights out.
Ugin is 100% lights out. Once Ugin hits the field, we're done. Did James remember to draw off a star?
He's drawn
okay,
now.
yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Okay.
Eugene? No, it's another land. Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, I think he only plays one Sanctum, because otherwise I would have for sure gotten one and then gotten to another Ulamog. Vincent looking at his deck that's been exiled by the Ulamog hit, being like, LOL, what is this?
I mean, we're
getting there, though.
This is kind of precarious.
I agree.
I mean, if I was James, I would just crack this map just to...
Thin the deck?
Just thin the deck.
That should go under the Karn, though. Yeah. Yeah, also, that voice needs to be under the Karn. I don't know what cards are or are not under that Karn.
Probably not very many,
Just
right?
because it is the second one, yeah. He has
No.
another Karn.
No, that's the first one.
Okay, now there's nothing under the Karn.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go up or down? Down. Minus on the Pride
Oh,
Mage.
okay,
Sack
no-
the Pride Mage. Oh. Do it in response, bro. Just like blow up a worm token.
No, yeah.
Oh no. Oh man, he's gonna go down to 4.
Yeah.
James gonna go up to 12.
Because that shortens the clock substantially.
That's gonna
All right,
do it.
Vincent
Oh,
finally saw
Vincent
enough.
fighting valiantly, but just really, just letting that happen way too fast to the Pride Mage.
Yeah, James, like...
If you blow up the lifelinker and like, you know, your deity of choice grants you good top decks, you might win.
If you draw a Coco and James draws, like, another land, we're in business.
Agreed.
Like...
That game was 25 minutes long.
Yeah, and, like, James had turn 3 Karn about 5 minutes in, so it was about 20 minutes of, like...
It was 20 minutes of playing like under one of like a very strong planeswalker.
Yeah.
And Vincent handled it pretty well. Like I'm pretty impressed that he got as far as he did.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, like James bricking on so many draws, like, but that happens. Like that's the deck, right?
Yeah, James, like, obviously, like, flooded out toward the end. Like, if he drawn an Ugin at any point, it just lights out. But, yeah, just given... If Vincent just...
If you just like blow up, you just blow up the lifelinker, and then you just like look at your top card, and if it's collected company, you're in business.
Yes, because, like, we can put a lot of power into play. I think, like, a Knight of Relic
Would have been
was,
like a 6/6 or something.
Yeah, it's still been a reasonable size. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, if you didn't draw Ugin, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're just dead.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely Tron does pretty well at Card Market. We usually have someone on it who's carving it up. How's O'Malley doing tonight? Where's our 4th round? Okay, so he's one. Yeah, there are a couple other Tron players who, you know, depending on it's a polarized deck with polarized matchups, right? Like if you play Burn a bunch, you might not win, that sort of thing.
All right, so going into game 2, a lot of sideboard options for James in these cards. It depends on how many fatal pushes he's running in the main. He can always board up if he's not running the full 4.
I think you want to go to the full 4 probably, right?
Yeah. If you're not already running the full 4, you
Right.
definitely want to be now.
Agreed.
Also, he can board into like real cards like Thragtusk.
True.
Although I don't know if that's necessary.
I mean, it
But-
does
but-
increase your threat density. I think it depends on what you take out.
The leave the battlefield trigger plays really nicely against Path,
Sure.
which is one reason that I do like it.
Here we go. Game 2. Having that game 1 was grindy and extremely close.
Yeah.
And if the Pride Mage happens there, Vincent probably gets 2 more looks at the top of the deck, right?
Yeah. And James again, like
Yeah, Ugin could happen.
this is all with the understanding that James has to whiff horribly, continue
Right.
to whiff horribly,
Yeah,
and then Vincent has maybe some outs.
right. I mean, that's what you have to rely on sometimes, right? You just have to hope your opponent doesn't have it, and you do have it.
Mm-hmm.
Having it is important.
Look, if you have the option of having it and not having it, I would recommend having it.
I agree. Having it is generally considered better.
Yes. To have or to not to have.
Yeah, man, these guys are, as Davian points out, they are taking a little while to shuffle, which is like relevant.
Yeah, so this is one of the criticisms that, well, not criticisms, but one of the benefits of the Mox Championship they had recently.
Mm-hmm. Auto shuffle.
Auto shuffle. A lot of the dead time was filled, because
Yeah, playing
didn't have any-
Magic Online means you get auto shuffled.
Correct.
It's pretty cool, actually.
it's
Dude, we should have been hired to commentate the Mox. That would have been great. Getting a laugh from someone walking through the back room. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but but yeah. So there we go.
yeah.
That would have been a terrible idea.
Yeah. But on that note, we do appreciate you guys sticking with us tonight.
Agreed.
We're having a good time, and I hope you guys are as well.
Yeah. We've had like 60, 70 people watching all night. Just like a sort of relaxed, like chill stream. Some crazy magic, some Simian Spirit Guides winning the game. So I don't know what that. I think it's a Queller. James gonna mull the 6 again. Didn't matter last time.
Yeah, again, like, your hands are so powerful that the good hands are, like, having a good 6 just doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Agreed.
Alright, so we're gonna see what
6 can you get here?
what's the 6 we can get.
Alrighty. So. Vincent has at least some lands and a bird. James looking at a tower and some lands. Oh, Tron. What a life. Play
Tron
map.
Okay.
Map is good. Map is a good turn 1 play.
And
I've heard Tron players say they enjoy playing map on turn 1. So we're going to go to 18 here for Vincent off a Hallowed Fountain. Does he have like a Deuter? He has an Eldritch Evolution.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what's happening? I didn't even know this was in the deck.
Okay, so this is exciting. So Evolution, now we can get any
Get
3 drop.
Fulminator Mage. Okay. It's
Fulminator, no, we want Magus of the Moon.
True. Magus of the Moon would be okay. Dan, AK Cracker in the chat wants to know when Twin is going to be unbanned. Is it never?
The answer is never.
And we're going to have a turn 3 Tron here from James. Meanwhile, this 2/2 Knight of the Reliquary is like just hanging out. Let's see. Vincent has another Force in hand. I do agree. Magus of the Moon could be devastating here. I also don't think that like if you're playing this deck, you don't want to play.
I mean, look.
Oh god. Kasali Pride Mage Knight attacks for 3. Unfortunately, no fetch lands so far. Ooh, another. Oh, Hierarch attacks for 4. Okay, we're in it. We're winning it, and we're hitting him presumably. Presumably hitting him. And attack with the Knight in 3, 2. What?
Oh, so
No.
yeah. So instead of getting in for 3 here, Vincent is going to go on the pump my Knight by +3/+3. +2/+2.
Oh, by getting a land.
Yeah, he's gonna crack the forest for fetch, and fetch for another land.
And just make the Knight bigger?
Make the Knight a little bigger.
Is that good, though? I'm actually skeptical of
Yeah,
that.
so this is technically a quicker
Oh,
clock.
no, he can get Ghost Quarter. He can get Ghost Quarter.
You can also get Ghost, sure.
So he needs to do that in the upkeep then, right?
Yes, or draw step at the latest.
Yeah, that's fair. So untap from James. Good point, AK Cracker. We are bad at Magic. Sacrifice this. Find Ghost Quarter. So this will keep James off of Tron for a turn. Also will pump the Knight. Get the tower. Always hit the tower. Even though they always have a second tower, you just got to hit the tower. Just feels good. So... And then, yeah, this Knight attacks as a big duder. It attacks as a 6/6.
Yes, and this is the kind of clock that Vincent wants to have against Tron. Like, I believe that. I don't think James can die next turn, but
It can be close.
it'll be very close.
Okay, so James now on 2 mana instead of potentially making 7.
Mm-hmm.
Plays a power plant. Has 3 mana. Probably going to Sylvan Scrying for the tower now. Gross.
Yeah, so I mean, still have the turn for Tron.
Not if Vincent takes another turn to get another Ghost Quarter. I don't know if he has another Ghost Quarter.
Yeah, but the problem with this line is like,
And then you have another Ghost Quarter and you attack with the Pride Mage for 4.
sure, but at a certain point, like, you need to. James is going to assemble Tron eventually, right? And if we can't establish a clock, all we've done is like hindered our game plan so much that we can't. Like, we lose the game.
So actually, that's a real question. If he wasn't going to attack, he played the Pride Mage last turn. Never mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, James Sylvan scrying's into the last Tron piece, and will presumably pass the
Yeah,
turn.
can't really do much here. Maybe play Star Sphere, but other than that,
Untap.
Yeah.
Knight is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So it attacks as an 8/8, right? No, 6/6. 6/6. Sorry.
All right, that's 3 mana. What do we have here?
Tireless
Tracker. Okay.
Probably a little ooh, fetch
Ooh,
land.
fetch. Okay. So it is a little slow, but if Vincent has another Ghost Quarter, we can keep James off of Tron.
Off of Tron. Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, James, maybe has a swamp in this.
Yeah,
deck?
he's attacking with the Pride Mage. I think that's his plan.
Yeah.
James will go down to 14.
Yeah, if this
sorry,
is
16.
if this is the line that Vincent is going to take, I like Vincent.
Yep, here we go. Sacrifice my forest, my
Okay.
knight. This, Yeah, and James is already like, oh, well, this is leaving me.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Whoop, got him. Is this a strip mine or is this just a ghost quarter?
Ooh, but let's see if Vincent remembers the. Oh, he did. He already put the clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he didn't put the clue in from ghost quarter.
Oh yeah, he should have a second clue.
Oh, he pointed at it.
Remember
Speak of the devil. Yeah, no, this is pretty good actually.
I mean, we're never gonna have the mana to crack these clues.
Of course not. Play star, crack star, draw a card. So this knight has to be a Oh wow,
Ooh,
he
wow.
just scoops.
Yeah, I think this might be lethal, right?
It's only 3 from the tracker plus it'd have to be
3 plus 2, and then the
5
knight
is
is
11.
The knight I had 2 lands in there, so it's now 8 by
you're
itself.
right. Yeah,
and
okay.
then the clue, you can pop 2 clues.
Sure. Wow. That was okay.
That's actually a really interesting line. That like I didn't realize that Vincent could just like chain
him?
the ghost quarters.
Yeah, I mean, if you have multiple ghost quarters and you get that knight out there, it seems pretty hard for Tron to deal with that.
Yeah, but
Like they don't have you have to get it out there on turn 2, and you have to also draw.
you have
have a
to
dork.
be able to apply a clock.
Yes, while also
outside
ghost
of
quartering.
that.
them,
Yeah.
So game score goes to 1-1
Yeah.
as we move into the third and final game of the match in the last round of the evening.
Yeah. So like James's draw lined up very poorly against what Vincent was doing.
Yeah, I think he had like an Ulamog in hand, and it just like he was never getting there.
He ended up with like the mono threat hand, whereas like if he just drew like mono lands, then obviously this game plan is a little less good.
Yeah.
But I think that Vincent is still able to like permanently keep him off of Tron.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
All right.
Yeah, so this was yeah. Wow, I mean, I guess I'm not used to this Bant deck doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
The evolution to find also we can't forget he cast evolution on a birds to find the knight.
I mean, like
It's like those are just like knights like 5 through 8 or something.
yeah, I like the story of this game was like 2 for 1 yourself until your opponent dies.
Yeah, dude, like you can do
And it was just fine.
as long as dude burn 1 for 0s itself until its opponent dies.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? Like you just got to keep them from doing what they're doing while also doing what you're doing, and
Which is
then
important.
You
Like
keep doing what you're doing.
having exactly Noble Hierarch and Crystalline
Mage?
Prime
Yeah,
is
that's
really
quite good.
important.
And also like exalted triggers and stuff.
Because
getting
it's
more
difficult to
damage.
apply clock fast enough with any other card, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess instead of those two, like if you had a second Knight of the Royal Court, that's also reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But anything other than that, like you're not just you had 3 mana to apply pressure,
Yes,
and with 3 mana he presented a 4/4.
yeah, that seems fine.
That's totally reasonable.
Yeah. So 13 minutes left for this last game.
Should be
Should be enough.
Should be plenty of time
as
for
long as we don't
James
see
to
a
win.
repeat of game 1.
Yeah, James can easily win within 13 minutes. Vincent, I guess Vincent can also do so. Like
We
if,
just saw him do it, right?
yeah, if Jason,
If James stumbles at all.
if James stumbles a little bit, Vincent like just plays a turn 2 knight, and that can do a lot of work.
On the draw, I think it's much harder.
On the draw is much harder because James can respond to turn 2 knight with turn 3 card and get rid of your knight.
Sad faces all around for when that happens.
All right.
James looking at like 4 lands, 3 business spells. At least one of them's a map.
Yeah,
Might
looks
throw
like
it
a
back.
map.
But James has mauled every game, and he seems to have been pretty fine. I mean, Vincent with pretty nutty start last time.
So the question is there a business spell?
I don't know.
All right.
The answer is we'll find out.
Are we gonna play the mine that looks like a tower?
Literally the worst thing.
Uh-huh.
Gonna get a Misty Shock into a Birds.
Okay. Birds and stuff Noble is really important because that Exalted, like we saw how
Doesn't
much
matter.
damage that Exalted did.
Yeah, it did do a fair bit, but I don't know. You're just looking for that accelerant.
Do we have the turn 3?
That's a power plant. So yes.
Yeah, it looks like...
I think it's a power plant. I don't know that Tron art. Chad, is that a power plant?
That does not look like a mine, so I'm assuming it's a power
It
plant.
looks like it has little spindly things.
Yeah, all the towers look like towers, and most of the power plants look like power plants.
But then there's a mine that looks like a tower, and there's a mine that looks like a screaming face.
Yes.
The screaming face mine is spooky. Keeps me up at night. What you gonna do?
Yes,
Gonna
and
do
see,
what a Tron for you. Tron boys, Tron boys. All right, land here. Knight.
Knight.
Okay, we're off to a start. But if there's a Karn if there's a Karn on James's turn,
it's,
we will be saying Requiescat and Pake.
right, and this is the big difference between being on the play and being on the draw. On the play, this is like,
This
this
is nice.
is great.
On the
On
draw,
you could just be counter, like the brilliance of your play could be a turn slow,
half a turn slow.
half a turn, yeah.
Okay. External Drifter S says it is a plant in mine, and we appreciate that because, quite frankly, neither of us are Tron players or intend to become Tron players.
I don't know.
You might, Dan.
I mean, by and large, the deck is like my only requisite for this deck is like I think I need a 4th card,
Sure. Okay, but like
and unfortunately, card was not reprinted, so
Karn did go up a lot.
it's like 70,
70,
80, yeah, it's not great. A little more defensible than like, $40 baubles.
LOL. I mean, Wizards could not have known. I don't fault them for not reprinting Bauble in Modern Masters. Like, it's just
That's
like,
true.
like that. Yeah, sure, it was a little bit pricey because like Chapin ran it in a Prowess deck or whatever. But
I actually played against.
we don't have a business spell.
Wait, what? We mapped for the 4th piece, didn't we? The 3rd piece?
I don't know what's going on anymore. I need an adult.
What's happening?
Oh, he might be setting up an Ulamog. Oh my god. He drew an Ulamog.
Wait, what is
Oh
going
wait, no,
on?
it doesn't matter. He's only gonna have 8. I don't know what's happening anymore.
What?
Chat, please explain. Okay,
Yeah.
play Pride Mage.
So one thing that might have mattered is like James didn't have the card.
Right, he might not have had a threat, yeah. But like now I just feel like you get Ghost Quartered out. If there's a Pride Mage, you get to attack and, stuff.
Yeah, so now you're giving Vincent 4 mana to do
You just
whatever
gave
he
him the
wants.
tempo back so hard.
Yeah, Vincent has 4 mana to do whatever he wants, and still has Ghost Quarter available.
So okay, yeah, so Vincent passes it back and draw step. I presume he's going to do something with the knight here. So it looks like he's going to float, he's going to sack this, and he's going to find a Ghost Quarter. He's going to Ghost Quarter the power plant, I think. Like, zap, get him.
Okay.
And then if he has mana floating and also companies,
Incredible. It would be incredible.
it would be literally... Oh, God, did James fail to find?
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, no, it might be in his hand. Oh, no.
He just has the basic in his hand.
Call the Savage Police.
But it's okay because Vincent
Doesn't
had
have,
4
yeah.
mana, didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, that's true.
And now has
I think he might have a Spellcaller in hand. He has a Spellcaller.
Yeah.
Okay, you can spell.
Okay, sure.
You Spellcaller what they-
Spellcaller is actually quite good here. Like your Spellcaller, a map, or
Yeah, if James has anything.
yeah.
Oh no, but I think James has a Karn. I think that's a Karn right there. Yeah, that's a Karn for sure.
So why didn't we have the turn 3?
Tower Karn?
I'm,
Did he forget? I don't know. I am mystified. 3 mana. Oh no!
Okay.
Oh man,
James-
this does not look. James does not look like a happy player of the game
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering.
James not there. Okay, Vincent draws a forest, which is pretty good draw, all things
Play
considered.
Pride Mage, attack with Queller, Ghost Quarter him again on upkeep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strip mine him on upkeep.
Oh, God.
All right, so we got a. He has a Pride Mage.
I like Pride Mage attack with Queller, right? Like that's pretty free.
Yeah, play anything.
Man, Knight of the Reliquary is really good.
It's a pretty good card. So much utility, right?
Yes, a lot of utility. All Vincent really needs now is to just play Crucible of Worlds. And then we'd have two. We'd see two. Whoa, okay.
Okay.
So he's gonna float a bunch of mana, activate the Knight, get a Ghost Quarter, Ghost Quarter your tower.
Okay.
One of the things with mismatched Tron Arts is you do have to be careful about information you give away.
Yes. Although.
And now he's gonna play a
Collected Company. Okay.
Okay. Pretty good. You're strip mining your opponent pretty nicely now, but I don't know if he has more Ghost Quarters. That's the problem. Negate, Stuff, Queller, Hierarch.
Okay.
Attack for 3.
Attack for 3. Not terrible.
It could be worse. Mm-hmm. And swing puts you to 17.
Okay. And next turn, I mean, this knight is very big.
There's 2 Ghost Quarters and a fetch, and 2 forests. Oh, that's a lot. That's
so
like
that's
a
5, that's 7. So next turn you're getting hit for 11?
11, yeah. So I think James probably just loses this game.
Yeah, especially like, I mean, James.
What happened to the turn? I'm just so confused. I don't know why you just wouldn't play Karn and take the knight there.
Maybe
Did
James
he not have Karn?
He must not have. He must have just drawn Karn, right?
I guess. I just like the problem is I haven't seen his hand the whole game, and this is why we need like hand cams like Mox does.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Vincent even has insurance against the
Against O-Stone shenanigans.
Okay.
Okay, so this is. All right, so this I think is for 11.
So he'll count the lands for us.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lands.
Yeah.
Plus 2, plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
11.
11. James will fall to 6.
And is dead, I think, right?
I mean, he can play
he
Tron
goes-
Piece Ugin.
Oh, yeah. Ugin is good.
Tron Piece Ugin.
Odds you do it. Odds you don't do it.
No, if he does this, he can't do it anymore.
No. Yeah, I think he knows this. Oh.
No, I mean, you needed L8.
Oh no, he has. Oh wait. I think he might have. He doesn't even have draw crack ghost stone. That's gonna do it. James Lauerman loses 2-1 to Vincent on Green Black Tron, and until we learn from James what happened on turn 3, I'm gonna be confused for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna step outside real quick and
Go ahead.
figure out what happened here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like by all means. So Dan's gonna jump out of the booth. Gonna figure out what happened in that last game. In the meantime, I'm gonna reset the overlay so that I don't have to do this same thing next week. Because I typically will come in and then do this. Thank you to Dr. Tansabas for the follow. And oh wow, we missed 2 follows like a long time ago. Thank you to Kluger MTG and Eternal Misery 666 for the follows as well. We appreciate you guys following the stream, and we'll try to be more diligent on follow notifications in the future. Yeah, so that was just, wow, that Knight of the Reliquary is an insane card. Just the utility that it showed in this matchup specifically makes it seem like if you have one of them and your opponent stumbles a little bit, that you might actually have a chance against Tron. You like Ghost Quarter them and maybe you even strip mine them like Vincent was doing. So I was pretty, I was pretty impressed with the performance of that card throughout the evening. But Dan is back. Dan, what's the good word?
Okay, so did not have a card in hand.
Okay.
Did have the 3rd Tron piece though.
Okay.
But the only play he could make was play O-Stone, but not
Okay.
be able to crack it.
Sure.
And
there's a Pride Mage maybe?
Yeah, and Vince had active Knight at that point.
That's fair. Okay.
I think I still would have liked playing the 3rd Tron piece. Because even if you get Ghost Quarter, that's fine. Whatever you Ghost Quarter, maybe maybe I get, maybe I draw that piece. Right. Because you have the Forest in hand already, so the Ghost Quarter is strip mine.
Right.
Which feels pretty bad. But
oh wait, someone just wrote a note to us. Oh no, that's just his notebook.
yeah. So if he played the Tron piece, he gave himself outs to like redraw the Tron piece, and then all of a sudden like we can crack the O-Stone, or we can do anything. But yeah, James took the line of playing the Blooming Marsh to like play the green card in hand.
Okay. real briefly, we just got 3 follows real fast. Thanks to DeBomb59014, Smoke Blunts All Day Man, and External X Drifter S for the follows. We do appreciate you guys following the stream. We love doing this. Like, this has been really good since we sort of restarted things last September. So that does conclude the stream for the night. If you are looking to play Magic in the Chicagoland area, MTGCardMarket is definitely a place to do it. Off the Belmont Red Line stop, just a few blocks west, on Belmont. And there are events basically every day of the week. So Monday Standard, Tuesday Draft, Wednesday Modern, Thursday Legacy, Friday F&M. Monday and Fridays are Win-A-Box. And on the weekends, people will be here playing games, testing and stuff. March 25th, which is, coming up in 10 days. We've had this stream ad up for a long time. But there is a PPTQ for 1K. So definitely, if you're looking to battle in Standard, cast some copycats or some vehicles.
Also, additionally, MTG Carmarket will also be holding a 1K GPT for GP Las Vegas.
Ooh, what format?
Modern.
And when is that going to be? Is that April 1st?
And I believe it's posted on the MTG Carmarket Facebook page.
Okay, but
so
I think it's April 1st.
Right, I don't want to give you wrong information, but if you just check the Facebook page down below, it should be able to provide you with the information for that.
Yeah, and last couple follow shoutouts. Thank you to Alucard Markov and Assassin Snail 33 for the follows. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back next week with another Wednesday Night Modern. Thanks everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good night.